Karen.
Yo, yo, yo. What up, you guys? I am running just a little late today. Um, but I wanted to dedicate this show to a very special man, my father. I'd like to start the show off with a dedication to him. Immediately after the last show, I was given a call by some of my relatives, my sister and my brother, and I was told my father had passed away. So I am definitely going to do a special tribute to him. He was a very, very important individual to the city, and I love him dearly. And this show is dedicated to him, Mr. Bob Chambers. So thanks for tuning in, and let's get started. Hang in there for a couple of minutes. I'll be right with you. Again, this show is dedicated to my champ.
Cross faded, 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 cross faded. Bad they never made it. Bad so now they hating. They bad for how they played it. I'm just trying to make it, trying to hold my placement. Thanking God for the graces, watching for changing faces. Cross faded, this is special occasion. Subjects hotter than Cajun, and Dulé and Mason. Cross faded, I'm just a duck in the pond. Shout out to Dorian, my reign has just begun. I be cross faded, 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 cross faded. crossfaded, 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 crossfaded. Well, you ready? Let's start the show.
Yo, 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 yo. What is going down? What is going on? Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in with your boy, the one and only Omega. And you are watching another episode of Crossfaded. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah. So, as I said, I would like to dedicate this episode just starting off, man, with my father. His name was Bob Chambers, and he was a great individual. He was a boxing extraordinaire. He was a boxing coach that saved countless lives in the black community, and he ran a gym called Sarge Johnson's Boxing Club. That's right. And yeah, man. Immediately after the last show, um, I got the message, and he had been battling with cancer. So he lost his battle with cancer, and I'm gonna do a absolute tribute to him coming soon. Um, we'll be talking about just his achievements, his accolades. He had scholarships in his name, um, and he was able to produce, I want to say, three heavyweight champions out of his gym. Um, and he's been in cahoots with countless professional fighters. Floyd Mayweather, as you see right here, his good friend Muhammad Ali, and countless other boxers that he's crossed paths with in his career. So, big shout out to my man going home. Um, my man went home, man. He went home and he was a soldier, and um, he man, he lived life to the fullest. He was 89 years old. 89 years old. So he almost reached 90 years on this earth. And I can only hope that I get that much time down here. And I'm absolutely going to have that much impact and more. That's what we're supposed to do when you're carrying the name uh, of your champion, your father. And I made sure that that was one of the last things that I told him, that I will be carrying your name to an even higher plane. So just stand by and just watch. Um, and he is. He's watching right now uh, his first episode of Crossfaded. So, but yep. I want to give a big um, tribute to him. Well, not tribute, but just a big just a big shout out and a big hello and a big I love you. Wow. So, but moving forward, man, it seems like when it rains it pours. So I had actually just got the news in that the legendary Harry, Belafonte, trailblazing singer, actor, and activist, died at 96 years old. This news comes in just about 4 hours ago, so this is fresh news, very fresh news. Harry Belafonte, the king of calypso, who became one of America's endearing and enduring civil rights activists into his 10th decade, has died. He was 96 years old. Belafonte died Tuesday, which is today, at his home in New York City of congestive heart failure. Um, Belafonte will be remembered as one of the most popular entertainers of the 20th century as a singer, musician, and actor. But his civil rights work in the 1960s and his anti-apartheid work in the 1980s will be just as enduring. So, if you're not up on game and you don't know who Harry Belafonte is, go educate yourself, learn about who he is. He's one of the greatest actors of African American history. I believe Harry Belafonte might. No, he wasn't the first to kiss a white woman on screen, but he was the first to insinuate a kiss on screen. And this is all unscripted, so because I just got the news about him before I got on camera, but I do recall watching a documentary where he had the first unscripted kiss. I'm sorry, insinuated kiss on screen. So I can't think of the movie, but him and another actress, she was white. They um, they had a scene at a bar, and I guess it was a coconut drink of some kind. And I remember I can see in my mind in that documentary how because blacks couldn't kiss whites on screen, they had the bartender gave her a drink and she shared it with him, and they both took a sip of the drink and they put their lips in the same place as the other person. So again, he was a trailblazer. You this is a time when you couldn't kiss white women on a camera. Man, you been got hung after you get off the camera. They been and hung you right up here at Warner Brothers Studios. Been got the walking past you and everything while you hanging, and they gonna keep on filming Breakfast at Tiffany's and everything else while you hanging dead. So he set some boundaries and some standards that um, was groundbreaking for Black folks. So God bless him. Again, this is today. Uh, he passed just about earlier today. So I'm just getting the news though just about 4 hours ago. So God bless Harry Belafonte, man, and I thank you, Harry, for doing everything that you've done. For my people and uh, just for the game of entertainment abroad. So thank you so much, man. Very powerful actor. Very very powerful individual right there. Yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah, man. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I said, man, he made it to 98 or 96, right? And and I was thinking, I said, man, my father had me thinking that he was gonna live forever. He just was that kind of guy. He was a titan. He was a tank, and I thought that he absolutely would be here for at least 100. But 89 is fantastic. So don't I'm not gonna slight that at all. So, but yeah, man, shout out to the pioneers, the the great ones, the ones who set the stage and trailblazed and kicked down the door for us, man. My father's one of those individuals too, man. I'm lucky to be able to say that I had a father who broke boundaries and standards as well. So shout out to him and uh, Harry Belafonte, and shout out to Bob Chambers once again. So, um, but the talk of uh, the internet and media abroad has been a young man um, who was uh, just having a regular day, um, and he was 16 years old, going to pick up his siblings. This young man is named Ralph Yarl. And Ralph Yarl was a 16-year-old kid that if you haven't seen, and you've been under a rock throughout this last week. He's a 16-year-old kid that got shot in the head by an old white man for no reason. Uh, Ralph Yarl apparently, knocked on the wrong door and he was picking up his siblings. And this was around April 13th. So uh, just a couple of days after our last show, this happens. And Ralph Yarl was reportedly shot twice in the head by an elderly white man after mistakenly ringing the wrong doorbell in an attempt to pick up his younger twin brothers in North Kansas City, Missouri. Um, According to the Kansas City Police Department, Yarl was asked to pick up his siblings from an address on 115th and Terrace, but he accidentally went to the wrong home on 115th Street. So he didn't go to Terrace. He went to just 115th. Uh, a GoFundMe has been created by his aunt, and they're raising money um, to help with his hospital bills. He has since been released from the hospital, um, but he's in still in rough condition. That's him right there, right after the shooting and laying in the bed. And as you can see, he's got his head and everything. You know, uh, man, it's just sad. It's sad and it's unfortunate. And and this is the gentleman here that's responsible. That's him actually going to a court proceeding. Can't think of that guy's name, but I do know that the Yarl family has hired um, uh, attorney Ben Crump, who uh, helps with all of these kind of incidents, and he also is in some form or fashion related to the NAACP. So we're just seeing how this unfolds and what happens to the guy. I'm not sure what the situation is in Kansas City with the stand your ground laws, and who will be held responsible. Well, not who, but if he'll be held responsible, and if he'll be subject to the criminalities that he should be subject to, um, because no one deserves to be shot in the head just for knocking on your door. But this is, and just a footnote, I have another business that I own and operate, and that business is a roadside assistance company. So this is exactly why I tell my drivers and uh, why I tell dispatchers that we don't knock on people's doors. For one, we're black. And when you're black, knocking on people's doors unsuspectingly, you get a whole different experience than you do, being white. I don't have no pizza boxes or none of that shit in my hands. You just see a big black man knocking at your door when you look through the peephole. You might see and I got another guy that works for me. He's a big black guy too. You might see our uniforms, because I have my guys in um, black and safety green and reflective gray uniforms. But man, listen, a racist white person don't give a damn about that shit. I seen people in recent times in clips on the internet where folks of black folks are being whole uniform and uh, vehicle dressed with logos and Amazon trucks and Amazon head to toe, and still get chased with guns out the driveway. I seen one dude, he was H Greg. He in the H Greg truck, uniform head to toe, brother. He's another, bigger brother. I seen them run his ass all the way to the gate in the neighborhood, and then stand in front of the gate and demand to know what he was doing there. He's in a fucking Greg truck. What do you think he's doing there? But this is just what you deal with in America, being black. Um, you can't even do your job in peace. You have to take safety precautions just on your job, and you could be in full uniform, and you still could be pursued or seen as some kind of threat, um, and somebody could want to, just kill you just because you're on their property accidentally delivering a package, or something of the sort, and then they want to kill you. This is what you face being black in America. This is the norm, being greeted by people like him. And it doesn't matter if you're 16 years old, it doesn't matter if you're 35 years old. The outcome is the same. Somebody's going to want to put a gun in your ribs, or they're going to want to just shoot on sight, and they're going to feel like they have the law on their side because they stood their ground, or because you weren't supposed to be there because you were on private property, etc. It's a bunch of horse shit, you know. But it's the way of the world. But people are getting tired of it, and um, people are beginning to uh, really buck back at the system, and it's not going to last forever. It's not going to continue to fester. Um, One of my favorite groups, uh, Jim Morrison and the Doors, 5-1, baby, 1-5. No one here gets out alive. You got the guns, but we got the numbers. You know what I mean? And that's the people. That's the people. And there's more of the people than there is the police state, period. And that's the makings of a revolution. So, speaking of Ralph and that kind of revolutionary approach, here's what happened where he's from after that shooting occurred, and what the folks in Kansas City did and how they reacted toward it.
From crowds in downtown Kansas City.
Oh my God, this is somebody that I know.
To 1,500 high school students walking out to honor their classmate and demand justice.
We support you, Ralph. We want to be there for you.
84-year-old Andrew Lester set to be arraigned today on felony charges, including first-degree assault for allegedly shooting the black teen boy who rang his doorbell Thursday. 16-year-old Ralph Yarl now recovering at home.
Ralph is doing really, really well. He's loving the love that he's getting from everyone.
The bullets to his arm and head, families say, leaving him with a traumatic brain injury and a cracked skull. The family's attorney says the high school junior and marching band standout was trying to pick up his younger brothers when he accidentally went to the wrong home. Prosecutors say there's a racial component in the case. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump pushing for hate crime charges.
Where are we coming to in America when young people hit the wrong doorbell and you profile and shoot them?
According to court documents, Andrew Lester told detectives that he saw a black male, approximately 6 feet tall, pulling on the exterior storm door handle, believing someone was attempting to break in and that he was scared to death. Ralph's family says he only rang the doorbell and never tried to break in.
Ralph says that he was shot through the screen door at point blank range.
The family says Ralph, wounded, ran for his life, begging neighbors for help, one ordering him to lie on the ground and put his hands up. James Lynch, hearing the commotion, says he ran and waited with the teen until paramedics arrived.
To lay there in the street alone and scared and bleeding, that's awful.
And according to court documents, shortly after the shooting, Andrew Lester was, quote, visibly upset and repeatedly expressing concern for the victim. We are expecting his arraignment today to be virtual, and prosecutors say he faces a maximum penalty of life in prison. Craig?
All right. Maggie Vesper for us. Maggie, thank you.
So we can only hope that, they do charge him, the charges stick, that he does, pay for his crime. I've seen a lot of racist criminals like him that are elderly get sympathy pleas and everything else, and they're able to escape justice because of their age or because of their deteriorated health, whatever the case. I heard his last name is Lester. Mr. Lester, you have a warm bed and a cot waiting for you in prison. and a lot of brothers waiting for you in prison. It doesn't matter how old you are and frail you are. You should go. I hope something in your heart inspires you to go and do the right thing and go to prison and take everything that you deserve to take. I imagine that this probably isn't his first rodeo shooting a black kid or a black person in this kind of manner for no reason. He's probably done it time and time again in the past in a point in history when you could have shot a black person in front of the whole town and nobody saw you. So go ahead, man, and get your cell phone down there to the courthouse so they can give you them years like you need to, man. Do the right thing and just take yourself to prison. Don't make it hard because it would be sad. Well, the sad thing would be to see, this man's house burned down with him in it, or this man, uh, getting shot coming out of his house because that's just the temperament that is building behind these kind of engagements. People are tired, people are frustrated, and people are responding back, with frustrated responses and physical responses and uh, gunplay responses. People are done, so uh, make it easy, man, and just go do your time. Go sit in the cell, spend the rest of the time that you got here on earth in that cell, man, and think about this young man that you have, altered his life forever. Like she said in the news segment, this boy is dealing with brain damage and you know uh, all kinds of no telling what he's lost, what kind of mobilities, um, what kind of other things that the mind takes care of, memories and other motor skills and whatnot, So just go. Tired of people like this guy with something to say and you know just fighting back, man, when you did wrong. And I'm tired of people, asking questions like, what did Ralph do? Trying to make the victim somehow the individual that's responsible for his own, um, you know, fate or what he suffered. It's a racist mentality, and that's an American format that's been running for years. You ever watch some slave movies? You go back and you watch the roots, and it's almost cartoonish how white people were back then. It's literally like watching comic strips now, but they just the ignorance that they harnessed back then. You know, everything was a nigger's fault. You know, uh, for instance, like the Rosewood movie. The woman who uh, everybody saw a white man leaving her house after she was beat up. The white man that she slept with and 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 then got mad at because um, whatever the white man had to leave or whatever it was, and then he beat the mess out of her, and the maid granddaughter, folks saw him leaving the house, and she come outside, nigger, and how she grabbed her shirt, she nigger, bring my nigger, and it's the Emmett Till ethic, how this lady didn't admit, she lied all the way to her deathbed just a couple years ago. Another piece of shitbag white person using racism to bring turmoil to a black person's family and life and cost them their life ultimately. So I'm tired of that kind of perspective and people like um, Mr. Lester. You see, I still give him some kind of respect with the title of Mister. People like him need to go pay the price, man. Go sit down, go to jail. Let the brothers give you some old school, education. Some good physical education. And I ain't talking gym class. And hopefully, man, on your way out, um, you'll have some leverage that you can utilize when it's judgment day. You can tell God, yeah, God, I made a mistake, but I went and took myself to prison, and they beat the fuck out of me, and and had their way with me and broke my body up, but it was the right thing to do. I did what I was supposed to. Maybe God will say, okay, I won't burn your ass and then sulfur for the next eternity. So thank you for showing some kind of sympathy. Come on in. Hopefully, man, because that's all you got when you old and you look like this guy. That's all you have. That's all you have. This guy looks like a hefty, hefty six-sack trash bag. His face is dropping, drooping. His eye looks like it's not functioning anymore. The left eye. He doesn't have a lot of time. It's almost time for you to go. So just go, man. Just go with God. Go sit yourself in a cell and let them brothers, man, give you some good old school whatever. Let them lay hands on you. Let them go ahead and do everything else. And then maybe, man, just maybe you'll get some kind of pass when you get to the heaven's gate. All right? That's what you need to do. So tired of people like that, man. Like he was 16 years old, dude. You know? So we're gonna go over to the comments. Viva Longmire, hugs to you, condolences. Thank you, Viva. I'm not sure who you are, but thanks for stopping by and thank you for that. Melissa Thomas, prayers and my heart are yours. Thank you so much, Melissa. Corey Ross, so he was a great man and will always be remembered. Thank you, Corey. Asher P. Greetings, greetings, greetings. AP. Shout out to my boy, Corey Roslow, Coach Chambers, Riverside. Yes, sir. Riverside Boxing Gym. Sarge Johnson Boxing Gym, excuse me. Located down in Riverside Park. That's right. Shout out to my brother and street team affiliate, Corey Roslow, man. Love that brother to death. That brother is my brother, and I appreciate him so much. Melissa T, so many 911 calls on black men that are reading your utility meters in uniform. Wow. With the meter reader in hand. Shameful. Wow. So you telling me that I could be working for Citizens Gas and I walk up to the side of your house in full uniform. I got the Citizens Gas shirt on. I got the slacks or the Citizens Gas not slacks but the Dockers on, and I got the board in my hand. I got the helmet on. I'm reading your meter, and I'm a threat. I still stand a chance to get shot. Man, this is America. Yep. And when you spell it with 3 Ks, because that's the origin of America. I had a guy, and he probably will show up today, maybe, that assumes me to be a racist. He assumes, me to be something that I'm not, because of the subject matters that the show discusses, and because of the issues that we tackle. And hopefully he shows up today. His name, I think, is Michael H. And I say to him, Michael, I didn't make the bed that we have to deal with and lay in. I didn't set the stage that we have to figure out how to survive on. This is just a part of our culture. In fact, Michael, you probably have more responsibility than me because these are folks from your ancestry. These are folks from your lineage. Where are you from, Michael? You probably from England. So you probably had some when you reach back. You probably have the benefit of reaching back all the way to the colonial period and finding who your relatives are, and they didn't have registries for blacks like that where it was organized and specific to tribes and what families. We found our people along the way in inventory books, and our people was labeled like cattle and other livestock, and then you had to kind of put two and two together to figure out that your granddaddy was Big Jimmy over at Master Johnson's plantation. That's just how it is with us. That's why a lot of us don't know, beyond our grandmothers. That's keeping it honest. That's keeping it real. So, Michael H. However you want to see it, this is a structure that your people designed, and we're trying to navigate it. So, but yeah, man, just crazy. Citizens Gas, man. It doesn't matter what uniform you got on. This uniform that you wear every day, that you take a shower in, this black uniform, that's your main uniform. And no matter what you put on top of it, this uniform right here is always going to be a threat to somebody, unfortunately. So I don't know if you guys have seen, but Bed Bath and Beyond is busted and bankrupt. Yes, the store that has it all is closing all around the country, and they're liquidating all their inventory, and they're going out of business. Bed Bath and Beyond, the store for seemingly everything in your home during the 1990s and 2000s, filed for bankruptcy on Sunday. Bed Bath & Beyond states, "Thank you to all our loyal customers. We have made the difficult decision to begin winding down our operations." A statement at the top of the company's website this Sunday morning. The company's 360 Bed Bath & Beyond locations, along with its 120 Bye Bye Baby stores, will remain open for now, as will its websites. The company secured a $240 million loan to help fund its operations during bankruptcy. Wow, so they secured a $240 million loan just to continue operating those stores, the Bye Bye Baby stores and Bed Bath Beyond stores, until close. So they had to get that loan just to finish the business and close the doors. Wow. But store closing sales will begin Wednesday, and Bed Bath & Beyond will close some stores. Just how many or what happens to its 14,000 employees depends on what happens next. A bankruptcy filing does not necessarily mean that a company is going out of business. Many major U.S. companies have filed for bankruptcy using it to shed debt and other costs they could no longer afford. But even if Bed Bath & Beyond does emerge from bankruptcy, its future is not guaranteed. It's not going to emerge from bankruptcy. It's done. It's one of the places like Toys R Us that's going to disappear from our landscapes. It doesn't say this in the article, but just from what I've seen from a lot of brick and mortar stores like Bed Bath & Beyond, look, everybody is shopping from home now. Amazon is king. Amazon, in fact, has just begun to do groceries. So, they're challenging everybody. Everybody. Amazon doing groceries is a challenge to Walmart. So what happens when a Goliath comes into your system and they begin to just eat up everything around you? Well, you get consumed. That's what happens. You get consumed. So, shout out to Bed Bath & Beyond. I love them because I'm a big TV aisle person, as seen on TV. And Bed Bath & Beyond they were the kings of that. You could go in there, you could find any device or any whatever that you've seen on TV at Bed Bath & Beyond. So shout out to them for that, man. I hope that something comes of it for those 14,000 jobs. And I hope they, I don't know, do something, because when a company like that is going to go down, you can expect that there's no severance. You can expect that they don't have anything to give folks financially in any form or fashion. Hell, they had to borrow 240 million just to see through the closeout sales. By the way, if you have Bed Bath and Beyond coupons, today is the last day for you to use those coupons at the store, and that's a fact. So make sure that you use your coupons. If you got some that were sent in the mail or some that was some kind of part of some kind of reimbursement or item that you purchased, it came with some kind of rebates or whatever. Today's your last day to use those coupons. So, but yeah, man, we're seeing the doors close on all kind of brick and mortar companies, and a lot of it is because we do everything we do, online. Even when it comes to food, you want to get you some food, man. DoorDash is king now. Folks DoorDashing left and right. So, that's just where we are. So prepare to see more businesses like Bed Bath and Beyond disappear from the landscape. It's it's just where we're headed, man. So but shout out to them, and prayers to the 14,000 folks. I hope they figure something out so these folks can be able to have some kind of some kind of comfortable transition of some kind. So because yeah, that's pretty rough, man. Rough as hell. But yeah, man. We're gonna take a quick breather, and we'll be back with my partner in crime, Mr. Jerome Murphy. So stick around, and I'll be back.
I'ma stay fresh with Kicks Casserole. Cop the latest with Kicks Casserole. Nothing less than Kicks Casserole. I'm at my best with Kicks Casserole. I'ma stay fresh with Kicks Casserole. Cop the latest with Kicks Casserole. Nothing less than Kicks Casserole. I'm at my best with Kicks Casserole. Look, nigga, I'm dumb fly. Every time the sun rise, murder classrooms with my fresh since junior high. Fucking up the cafeteria, Columbia 11 highs. Chicks cutting hella eyes while I move with a smooth stride. North Carolina from head to toe, freshest that you know, and that remains from then on into tomorrow. So I'ma stay getting figures, macking bitches, getting bigger, and fresh from head to toe with Kicks Casserole. Serving only on Crossfaded.
Slow roller, but Martinez doesn't run well. Jeter up with it. Start spreading the news. New York, New York. Here's the windup. Fastball hit deep to right. Another standing ovation for Roger Maris. One of the greatest sights I've ever seen here at Yankee Stadium.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey.
We are back.
We are back.
and this is sports with the you know who.
The troublemaker,
Yes,
the
sir.
rum shaker.
Yes, sir.
From New York City.
One and only.
Oh, my goodness, sports fans. Today, if you're a sports fan, it's the best day to be alive. This week, because now we've already got our hockey players. If you're a big hockey fan, hockey's are in the playoffs. I don't follow the sport that much, but they're banging. The NBA is popping. They're in their first wave of playoffs. A lot of teams are going to be closed out this week. The Knickerbockers are playing their best basketball. They're up 3-1 on the Grizzlies. Is it the Grizzlies? Memphis. Yeah,
Okay.
they're up 3-1 on them. LeBron James is up 3-1 on my sports fans. But they're up 3-1. A lot of teams. Denver's up 3-1. The Minnesota Timberwolves might get closed out because they're I think they're just coasting. Then you got Phoenix and the Clippers and Kawhi. Is it Kawhi for the Clippers? Kawhi, he's like unreliable. They need to get rid of Kawhi because the Clippers is right there. Oh yeah, Clippers. He's not playing. First of all, he took off most of the regular season. He was game load management, whatever it's called. And so he really didn't play. And then of course he saved himself all up just to get hurt in the playoffs, and it probably cost his team the next rounds because they're struggling now without him. And so we got that going on. The baseball's going on. They're just got started good. But the big thing this week is Thursday night. And those who are true fans know the NFL draft. All the teams, all you pretenders, all you guys who think you might have a shot this year and stuff. You get your Christmas toys come Thursday night, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We have 3 rounds about teams to be picking their players, their aspirations, their wannabes, their hope-to-bes. A lot of quarterbacks going in the first round. So the real important night is the first night, Thursday night, because that's where you're going to get your quarterbacks at. Those are the ones who you see who's going to make it, who's going to fall in. These guys that have tainted past. There's one quarterback, I forget his name. I'm bad with the name, but he was in a traffic accident and he ran and killed 2 people. And
oh my gosh,
they got misdemeanor. And I think he's. I'm sure my sports fans out there know. We can help with the comments that this is the participation part of the show because you remember the names. I don't. But this guy, he's in the first round and he's definitely going to the first round. They don't know how far he's going to fall. It's just going to come back to haunt him. There's some quarterbacks that are kind of undersized. They don't have a quarterback. You see a quarterback, you want him 6'5", 250, 270. You want a big boy with a big arm. Some of these guys are 5'10". They're criticized. They're not maybe the best looking specimens, but they got them going on. But
what's this? The combine? The combine?
No, this is the draft.
Okay.
The big boys, but these are the ones that already been through the combine and proved themselves and stuff. But now they get ready to take the next level, get that rookie contract, make a splash in the NFL to see if their college game carries over to the NFL. See? And some programs like LSU, they put out, there's certain colleges that put out certain linemen, certain, some colleges are great on quarterbacks. Ohio State, LSU, Alabama. All these colleges, they put out specific players, and it's like a factory for them, and they pump them out. And a lot of these guys make it, a lot of these guys don't. But the real big news for the boys in New York, if you're a New York Jets, the Jets get Mr. Rogers is coming to the Jets neighborhood. Mr. Aaron Rodgers is now a Jet.
Is he?
He signed. They passed it draft picks for him. So next time you see Mr. Aaron Rodgers,
he's in the Jets
uniform. He's going to be in the Jets uniform. He's going to be playing for Gang Green. Gang Green, yes sir. So they're bringing all these expectations, and New York is a buzz now because we had all the teams. We had 2 teams in the basketball. The Nets just got sent home. They couldn't make it, but the Knicks are playing great, and the Rangers are playing great, and the Islanders are playing great, and eventually the Yankees are playing. So New York is buzzing all the way around. Now with this addition to Aaron Rodgers, Mr. Rodgers coming to the neighborhood, Jets fans, because we get to get away from the kids table, we can finally get invited to the big boy table. See, yes, we've been relegated to the kids table for so long. If you're a Jet fan, I myself originally are a Giants fan. I played for Team Blue, but Gang Green has always been in the, they're like our little redheaded sister. We really didn't pay everybody,
Yeah.
Ever since Namath, they really never won nothing. Joe Namath, Joe Woolley bought a championship home for him, but ever since then, they've never really gotten to the pinnacle they desired to be. But now with Aaron Rodgers, I know they got him for a year or two. If he at least gets them to the playoffs this year and beyond, the sky's is the limit. So, but they're all the buzz in New York because they got Aaron Rodgers. Lamar Jackson is still out there, and they franchise tagged him, so he's probably going to go back and play for Baltimore for $35 million or something. His whole thing was they didn't know that they would have paid him the money if he had played more, but they just like we were saying last time, these athletes look like a box of cereal, snap, crackle, pop. It's a knee, it's a leg, but now the big push is that they think it's the AstroTurf. The AstroTurf, the big push now. The NFL, a lot of the players and stuff, they want to push back the grass, natural grass again, but it's hard for them to do.
Yeah,
because you got a whole field you got to go. A lot of the new stadiums have these retractable fields, because
so they can use sunlight and natural elements.
The natural elements to get the grass outside and stuff. But these fields go through a lot because you got your college team player, you got your soccer team player, you got your high school guys player.
Yeah,
that's a lot of wear and tear. That's what the AstroTurf is for. But if the NFL wants natural grass, it's a big movement. A lot of the old players are saying, I'll probably be playing if I didn't tear my knees with that AstroTurf,
Yeah.
And it's really bad for the environment, Unless they can find some way to recycle it and use it for some big houses out of it or something. I don't know, for third world countries or something. But that's the big push. It's to get rid of the AstroTurf and bring in the real grass because they can play longer on it. But all this week there's sports going on. If you're a sports fan, it's the best time to be alive. Like I said, there's so much. What you wish for. Of course, you have your NASCAR. If you're a NASCAR fan, like to see the boys go around in circles. We're getting into the month of May, so Indy's heating up. We got the Indy 500 coming. Yes, we're at the end of April here. Yeah, Indy 500. It's coming to town. That's a big show. Now that Penske owns the Indy track because they sold the track. Now it's Roger Penske's.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now it's a whole new presentation. It's a whole new way of doing things. And, Roger Penske is the captain of the industry, so he's going to do it right.
Yeah.
And rumor has it also, looking ahead to the Super Bowl next year, one of our most promising artists got offered a chance to do the Super Bowl. A lot of people don't want to do the Super Bowl because they claim it detracts from them. The Super Bowl, I don't know how. I got to talk to you about that. How you have to sign your rights over to the NFL for songs of the show?
Wow,
it's a whole thing going on. We had to do a little due diligence into that, but a lot of people never want to do the Super Bowl because you have to relinquish some rights. And I said the one person to talk to would be about that is you, but the one, the only, Usher, is being discussed as Super Bowl halftime show.
I hope they give it to him.
Yeah. So you might see Usher halftime next year. You heard it here, second or third, but I heard it first on the radio. But yes.
All right.
So it gets to join the ranks of Michael Jackson and Prince and Whitney Houston and all the big names. They got to get up there and do a halftime show.
Yeah.
So, hey, when it comes to Usher, he gonna put on the show. He's Mr. Show Business.
That's my guy, man.
Yes, but that's the rumor. So keep your ear out for that. Those who are in the know, maybe if you hear something, give us some feedback on it. Let me know if you hear anything. Do we have any comments, Mr. Big? Any of my sportsmen out there today?
We don't have any comments about sports right now.
What?
Nope.
Where you at, sportsman? Where you at, Brian? Where you at, my man Corey?
Yeah.
Corey
Corey is here. I think he's just taking in and listening right now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Corey, I know you got a team. What you guys need on your team for the draft? Who's your team and who you looking for?
Man,
Do you need one of them quarterbacks?
You know, Corey, man, is with the Colts.
Oh, he's the coach. Well, he knows what we need.
I can't get into all that, man.
Yeah.
Just, we're not gonna start the Colts, expectations and all that this episode.
Oh, we are. We Colts on because we're in Colts country, and Colts country is gonna always be on our mind.
I just feel like it's some good players, man, down in Lincoln Middle School.
My goodness, not Lincoln Middle School.
They need to go to Lincoln Middle School.
That's your alma mater?
And go, they need to go look at a couple of them guys and see if they can bring them on up to the Colts. Put them on the squad. I'm sure they're gonna produce some better results.
I don't be surprised because all these quarterbacks making all that money, you're gonna have to lose some pieces. You can't pay everybody. If the quarterback is making, like look at that guy from Philadelphia. He came this close to the Super Bowl. He came this close to the Super Bowl, and he got paid. And now he gonna probably lose his D tackle, his defensive tackle, which is a all-star first rate because they can't pay him.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna pay the running back because all the money goes to the quarterback. And you can get by with a marginal running back. You don't need an all-star quarterback. Look at Odell Beckham Jr. He got a contract for $15 million. He's at the tail end of his thing. And going back to the Jets, that's another thing. You had a chance between Lamar Jackson and Aaron Rodgers, but you already seen Lamar Jackson can't stay healthy, he can't stay in the field. At least with Aaron Rodgers, he's 39 years old. We seen Brady go to 40, 45. He's 39, but he's durable. He'll get you through, a whole season,
Yeah.
So that's what he, when you're picking a quarterback like that, you gotta put your eggs in one basket or the other as an apples to oranges,
Yeah.
Depending on where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
But yes. So both of them, he's left the NFC. Now he's going to the AFC, where there's a lot more quarterbacks that he's got to contend with. Because you really don't have that many quarterbacks in the NFC. It was him, and you probably have to worry about Minnesota. Everybody else, of course, the Cowboys quarterback, he's on the tail end of his thing. They ain't won nothing since the 90s. So yeah. You think the coach, you got to get a dig at them cowgirls.
You know what I found out, man? I found out that the New York Giants have never started a black quarterback. That's the only team in the league
really
that has not started a black quarterback.
Wow.
If anybody is in the thread that knows that fact or that would like to dispute that fact, please
I can't remember. Probably not.
And that's your team, right?
That's my New York football Giants.
Yeah, they ain't give a nigga a time of day yet, man, at the QB position. Yeah, they gave him a time of day.
But the brothers loved them and they patronized them because they played our style of football, smash mouth football. We were running ball down your throat.
Yeah, they need to get a brother out there, man, on the QB, man. Quit playing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They the last team, brother. The last,
now that's a good statistic that you dug up on me.
Yeah,
you pulled that out the hat, didn't you?
I'm ready.
Boy.
Excuse me, I'm ready.
Ready. You are not lying, my friend. You are not lying. Well, that's the thing. I don't run the thing. That's the Mirror organization. I just root. I just root for the whole thing.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Shout out, man, to the Giants, man, and shout out to the
Mirror family, and shout out to the Jets. They are contenders now. We got Aaron Rodgers as our QB, shooting Jets at the quarterback. It's Aaron and the Jets. Every time we get a new quarterback, it was Vinny and the Jets. It was, so-and-so and the Jets. And I was Aaron and the Jets. Throw. Aaron and the Jets.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. Well, that's your sports, man. Did anybody no comments?
No comments. But I'm shocked. Nobody's waiting for the NBA.
No. Melissa T says hi, Jerome.
Hey, Melissa.
And Corey, I missed the comment of his. He was talking about the issue before. He said his own grandson has went public saying his grandfather has always been racist. That's the Ralph Yarl.
Oh, the Ralph Yarl thing. Yeah.
I'm not surprised about that. I'm not surprised.
You know, you heard about the controversy with Bud Light, right? Did you talk about that?
No, what happened?
Bud Light had a commercial with a transgender girl, and they, but she was, what do you call the ones on the internet that's a famous, a theme of, what do you call it? Person that they send stuff to, but Budweiser stopped sending her Bud Light because she's a transgender. They don't believe that transgender should be drinking Bud Light. It's a whole controversy on the web. If you get, I meant to tell you about that.
No.
Yes. She's I forget how you say that word. The women who are people on the internet that direct stuff, and they have themes and names and influencer.
Okay, yeah.
She's an influencer on the internet and stuff, and they they give her products and she talks about it. They just pre-post for them and stuff, but they found out that she was transgender, and Bud Light said no. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Erased her name from stop sending her product and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't believe. What they believe when you open up your Bud Light, you should be drinking. You should be thinking of America and good things, not transgender crap and stuff. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't hear about that.
No.
Yeah.
And hey, LGBT people, don't take that to heart. Like, keep doing what you're doing, keep on pushing, and covering your ground.
Right.
And I feel like stuff like this is just a reminder. Everybody is not prepared to accept that culture, and that's okay. That culture deals with reversal roles of sexual orientation and sexual preferences and
different branding.
And that's something that you can't compare to, because I see LGBTQers comparing their struggle to African Americans and their struggle in this country. There's no comparison. There's no comparison. You answered me this, which is a harder blow? Bud Light saying that niggas can't drink it. They don't want you to drink it because you're black, or they don't want you to drink it because they don't agree with your sexual orientation or your sexual preferences.
Yeah.
It's a harder blow for a company to be racist, of course. And in today's functionality with the internet and everything else abroad, you can't afford to be racist. People are losing their entire careers, they're losing their lives, and we're trying to re-engineer and restructure this country because of the racist foundation underneath it. But in no shape or form or fashion is that comparable to sexual orientations or preferences or LGBTQ matters and so forth.
Everybody's supposed to matter. We all supposed to matter.
Yeah, we all do matter, but you guys got to understand that your battle is a little more unique, and it's just something that requires for you guys to work and requires for you guys to continue on. And there's going to be a lot of brands that don't agree with your stance. A religion stands in the way of you guys being able to collaborate with a lot of brands. You'll probably never see an LGBTQer get some kind of endorsement from Chick-fil-A, who was a God-fearing company that doesn't even function on Sundays. Right. So I mean, that's the challenges that you are faced with, because it's just in the text. It's in the Bible, and a lot of people live by that. Yes. But you can't put that next to the struggle of being black. You can't. You guys have covered a lot of ground, tremendous ground, and that's to be commended. And I hope you guys appreciate that, because what I do see is every time there is something like this coming up, it seems like it's an opportunity for them to come up in arms and to act as if these companies are so wrong. Right. Budweiser is not wrong for that. that's Budweiser's preference, the same as your preference is another sexual orientation or another gender, or your gender, which whoever you are, you're a guy that loves guys, you're a girl that loves girls, you're a guy that used to be a guy and now you're a girl. I don't know, but Budweiser doesn't have to accept that.
See, but Anheuser-Busch also, with the slightly the other coin, they're the first ones to give money to these conservative causes, to these, right wing people, the big faith boys, the oath takers, all these kind of people. They're the first ones to give money to.
Okay.
Yes, so it's a double-edged sword when it comes to Anheuser-Busch.
Wow. Yeah, man. I mean, just a challenge, man. But you can't compare that struggle to the struggle of blackness and other disenfranchised cultures. That it doesn't compare to other cultural struggles, because at the end of the day, you can undo, the lifestyle of being gay or lesbian. You can undo it. You can undo it. You can hide it. You may say to yourself, or you may say to me now on the other side of this camera, no, you can't. You're born that way. I mean, what I mean to say when I say you can undo it, you can hide that. I can't ever hide my skin color. I can't ever hide, from who I am, what I was born, and identified as on my birth certificate, a black male. There's nothing that I can do under the sun to change that or to, obscure that. But, you can, be outwardly gay on any given day and then be conservative and appear to be heterosexual on the next, So it's just a challenge that you guys have to deal with and be prepared to, understand and keep going when some of these companies don't accept, your position in the social ladder, but stop making it something comparable to black struggle, because it's not and it never will be. Bottom line.
And if I can, I'd like to go back to these accidental shootings. You mentioned the one girl in Kentucky. What was his name? Mr. Yale? Mr. Yale?
Yarrow.
You mentioned Mr. Yarrow, but it's been going on a lot more frequently. There was a lady, like you said, delivering DoorDash, pulled over to the wrong house, upstate New York. 84-year-old man killed one woman, and so they were trying to get away, and the guy was still shooting at her.
I feel like I heard about that.
Yes.
But he did end up killing one of them?
Oh yeah, he killed one of them. Yes. There was another one that was a college student somewhere. Was it Ohio or something? She pulled in to turn around. She pulled up in the guy's driveway just to back out and turn around because she went the wrong way. Guy took a couple of shots at her and stuff. So it's becoming more and more numerous. It seems like they're tired of shooting at schools now. Let's just shoot at each other. You made an accident. Pow, pow, pow.
Wow.
Yes, it's been going on a heck of a lot more than you know. Then they're reporting. Like I've heard at least 2 in New York. I heard about the one in Kentucky. I heard about the one in Ohio. Yes, they're radical, sparse and in between, but they're happening more and more. And everybody's like, what's really going on?
Yeah, I seen a week ago. It was a car full of cheerleaders.
Yes, that was in Texas. She got to open the door and got into the wrong car.
Yep, and he jumped out. He evaluated him. Like he jumped out. He had opportunity to. Oh, okay, you all right? Well, no problem. Wrong car. He jumped. He chooses to get out the car,
blazing,
and then just bust on all of them.
Bust on all the girls. Cheerleaders. Most guys are like, dude, I like the big one.
He was tripping. Like something's wrong with that dude.
I said, boy.
Yeah.
I think he was Puerto Rican.
He's a Hispanic guy.
I think they call Pedro. I said Pedro.
So he gone. He gone. Yeah, he was tripping, dog.
Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I don't know. Is it now that they released the carry law that everybody seems to have one now in their back pocket? It's like cell phones. When cell phones first came out, everybody has to have one, because of the carry laws.
I think we're seeing just an influx of gun news. I think that there's because this stuff has been happening, but I think that there is something that is on the horizon.
Right.
And there's getting ready to be some kind of
revolution.
Not a revolution, but maybe a political approach of some kind. For in the hopes of getting some kind of gun legislation
Yes.
pushed
Yeah.
through. So
Guess what? 4 years to the day. 4 years
today.
Mr. Joe Biden decided he was going to run for president.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 4 years ago today.
Ah.
And 4 years ago today, he decided he wants 4 more years.
Gonna run again 4 more years.
He wants 4 more from America.
More years.
Yes, 4 more years. That's what he said.
Joe Bizzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody's excited except for some moderate Democrats. We don't do politics like that, but they're kind of worried about his age. He's up there.
Yeah.
He's up there.
Of course, the right wingers are over there
talking
shit.
I thought I'd put that in context for those who don't know, but he did. He's thrown his hat in the ring, and he did it 4 years as from the day from today. So I think it's superstition thing, like most sports, going back to sports, because most sports guys are superstitious. They have to wear the same hat. They have to wear the same shoes. Most sports fans are superstitious. I got to go to the game, but I got to have my lucky jersey so I can help the team win. So I think he picked this day because he won. He threw his hat in the ring 4 years ago on this day, so he hopes he can repeat history, throw the hat in there again, and come out a winner.
Come on with it, Joe.
Yeah.
I hope so. Or
somebody Joe,
that's adequate, to do the job.
Anything beats the orange fella.
Yeah. I don't feel like dealing with that again.
It's had his hands full because it's got a court date now because he supposedly raped some girl in Bloomingdale 25 years ago, and they finally bring it to court. They finally have jury selection and everything started this week.
Wow.
Yes. She said she was raped in a Bloomingdale's in New York by
Bloomingdale's?
At Bloomingdale. He was rude, man. He's one of those guys that say grab him by the P word. He just so he can just take liberties with women and stuff, but because he was Donald Trump, and I guess there's no statute of limitations in New York when this happened.
Wow.
So New York has been slamming here left and right. He's been touched by the grand jury, and now he's got another case coming up, and they think it's going to take 2 weeks. He thinks he's going to walk, but I'm sure there'll be some more hush money paid.
Yeah. Damn, boy. I tell you, man.
The world keeps on turning, my friend.
Keeps on turning, man. Keeps on turning. So, next, have you guys been keeping your eyes open to the AI situation that's been going on?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's AI rappers all over the place. It's here, and a lot of artists, including myself, are upset about it, but AI rap is here, and you better get ready. Once again, another element to poach and steal from Black culture is here, and it's going to be more frequent.
It's already happened. Did you hear this?
It's happening right now.
Right? Did you hear that? Supposedly the Weeknd and somebody did a song together. Who was the Weeknd and Bieber or somebody? They supposedly collaborated on a song. It turned out that it was somebody had did an AI thing.
I didn't hear about their song yet.
That's what it's supposed to be. The Weeknd was used, and somebody else, I forget it was Bow Wow or some other rapper.
Wow.
Yeah, and they created this rap song that sounded like The Weeknd and it sounded like this other rap artist, but it wasn't them. And they just came out this weekend and said, "No, that's not us. We didn't collaborate on anything."
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I've seen the Eminem song that dropped recently. Eminem rapping about cats, and you might not have seen that.
I haven't seen that. No.
Yeah, that one was
AI generated.
Yeah, AI generated, and Warner Brothers Music gets involved in that one, and the guy that released the song, his page got a very stiff copyright strike on YouTube, followed by a warning that if he does that again, they're going to take his page. And traditionally, if you don't know, when you're a YouTube creator, you have 3 strikes and you're out in their policy. So this guy, when he created that Eminem song, he was given a firm strike and followed by a letter warning. I wish I had gotten a picture of that letter because it was pretty crucial. It was kind of cryptic. But that was just what I figured was Warner Brothers Music, doing a show of force.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers
protected his own because that's Eminem is Warner Brothers, ain't he?
Yes,
Yeah,
and they own a lot more of Eminem than your average contracts. They own like some likeness and some vocal stuff dealing with Eminem. So I'm not sure what exactly the terminology is, but
did he finally break up and get his own company and his own thing, or no? He decided to stay with it.
He's always had shady records, but I mean he is as well always been
deep in the contract.
No, signed to Aftermath. I don't know the jobs or duties of those companies that he's signed to, but usually an artist like him has a distribution, and then they have like another company like Aftermath that may handle production, and and then
somebody else that might handle merch.
Yeah, 2 or 3. Well, merch is
production, right?
Yeah, that's something separate. But just in dealing with the artist and his likeness and his musical output, that's usually something that a grandfather company like Eminem, being who he usually is signed to a grandfather company, which in this case is Warner Brothers Music, and then a subsidiary, Aftermath, and then Eminem has his brand, Shady. So I'm not sure what all of the ramifications are and what parts are signed to what company or who handles what, but Warner Brothers Music made it clear that anything Eminem is not happening. No vocal stuff, no stuff that looks like him, no and voice stuff falls under likeness category, facial stuff. So you can't like make an AI Eminem because Warner Brothers probably owns his features and face. This is what a record company like owns you through and through. But yeah, they stepped in and had that shit stripped down. And then after him, there was a Biggie Smalls and Tupac AI done. I really wanted to play one or some of these videos to show you guys, but the AI situation is so new that they are busting the shit out of people's pages and taking stuff down. And on YouTube, as a YouTuber, you stand a chance of getting some heavy strikes against you and having some stuff brought against your page. And I didn't want any trouble for our page,
especially if you put a lot of work into it and building up your subscriptions. And
our page has come too far to get kicked down because of some stuff like this. But you can go on your phone and just type in AI Biggie Smalls, AI Eminem, AI Weekend, as Jerome was talking about. Another AI song that released was Drake. He got AI'd and he was AI'd.
Maybe it's AI and Drake. Probably what I was thinking.
He got AI'd and it was for the song Ice Spice. It was like a remake of an Ice Spice song, I think Munch. And that Drake stepped in immediately. He even commented himself and was like, he said something like in terms of, this ain't gonna ride. Then it was took down. Drake is also another major artist that has a major deal with a grandfather company and stuff like that, man. You got to watch it because you'll look up and you could be a small creator and you'll have a multi-million-dollar lawsuit hanging over your head, and they know that you don't have a way of paying it back. It's not about paying the money, but it's about shutting you down and then putting a debt amount on you that you can never recover from.
Right.
So
you can't get credit. You got a lien. It's pretty much like having a lien against you.
Yeah, basically throughout life you have to go, and ain't no telling what you'd have to do to get away from that or from underneath that. A prime example of that is the lawsuit ongoing with Cardi B and that social media influencer. I forgot her name, black chick. She had done some kind of smear campaign, and Cardi B won like a $4 million lawsuit against her. So you don't want to end up like that with lawsuits. To see the difference between a lawsuit getting laid on a content creator versus another musician, because it used to be a strategy for some musicians to release music that didn't have copyrights in hopes that it would build a great buzz or following. And then once you're challenged with the lawsuit from the real owners of that copyright that you utilized, you may have some kind of buyout or, back office deal or some kind of settlement out of court for the ownership of the piece of music that you released that had that copyrights in it. Well, you're a content creator, so you're a person that's, on, your platforms talking and, just really having conversations and talking about news and information and such. There's no value for a record label in that. So they're just gonna just gut you. They're just gonna try to just take you out and take anything from you that they can.
Yeah.
So you got to watch that and be careful. But I wanted to pull up some videos and play them, but I just said to we'll just recommend that you go see them yourself.
Right. You don't want to take the chance and pull them up and next thing you know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the YouTube police are strong and they're prevalent and they're watching.
They are, man.
The bots are on it. The bots are on it.
Very strong. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna go to the comments real quick. Maul says, "Hi Omega, how you doing? We love you dearly."
Bobby.
Hey Hollywood Rome, so good to see you.
I was wondering if we were going to hear from you today, beautiful.
Yeah, shout
our
out
lady.
to my parents in Florida.
That's our lady.
Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Thomas. I love you guys, Mom and Dad.
I think there was a shooting in Florida not there was something.
I feel like I heard something in Florida.
Something. Yes.
It's always something going on in Florida, man.
Really? See, that's where all people from New York go to retire. They bring all that buzz with them, see?
And, DL Julie and Charlemagne the God will tell you quick the craziest people in the world are in Florida.
Yeah.
And they just are really bad out there with gun violence and that stand your ground law is running rampant out there.
Yeah.
So, but I heard something in Florida too, and it ain't coming to me, but I sure did, man.
Yeah, I thought about Mom. I said, I hope that wasn't near her. I knew it was something either it was weather related or it was gun related. It was one of the two. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
I was like, man. I was saying prayer when I hear something was going on in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then one of our other street team advocates is in the house, man, right now from M-Town. A-Dog Williams. What up? Tuned in while driving home. Hello, everyone. He says.
A-Dog.
A-Dog, man. Thanks for tuning in, brother, as always. So, yeah, man. You guys, man, you don't support this AI rap situation. It literally is the equivalent to, I was talking to my sister, Cheryl, the other day, and our family has worked for General Motors for decades. Different members of our family, my mother, my father did, my sister Cheryl did. I was to be the next, but they ended up like closing that factory down that I was at, and when I got to that factory, it was kind of on its way out the door. But this AI situation is the equivalent to when General Motors was bringing in automation, and it used to be lines of 10, 15 people working one line handling these parts, and now they brought in these big machines that took like 10 or 15 jobs,
robots,
and they do it themselves. So Cheryl was telling me how some lines was 10, 15 people, and automation came and it just it took all the jobs.
1, 2 people.
Yep, and then people end up having to go to Marion to another plant or to another plant, in Indiana that was close, So this essentially is like that. As you all know, things have poached on Black culture for many years, and this is no different. What's going to happen here, in my theory and from my research, they're going to eventually gather all of your most prominent artists and all of their likenesses and utilize them for license plays.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is you're going to see how these record labels who own these artists are going to have the ownership of the AI artists themselves, and they're going to get the necessary permissions from those artists that are being AI. So then they can take the fake songs and the fake AI likeness and creations and license them out to other entities and other business deals. So you're going to hear songs or voices from your favorite artists
Or
in
even
these
visions.
different commercials.
And visions, yeah.
Yep, and in these different settings used for advertisements.
We went back to this when it went to Pac. When Pac was out, he was
Had
showing
the
up
hologram.
at the hologram.
Yeah,
That's the same thing.
AI was coming in. I mean, it's been underway.
It's been here.
Yeah,
it's been here. The hologram.
Yep. So that's what's gonna happen.
Biggie? Wait a minute. You know?
Yeah, I think they did a Biggie hologram.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. He popped up at the Super Bowl. He was popping up all over the place. They said, "Wait a minute, we thought the guy was dead."
Yep.
And there's Biggie right there,
He
in front
on stage and a
koozie
and shit.
Yeah, the Kobe and hanging out.
Yep. So yeah, man, AI is here to stay. And I'm telling you right now, your favorites are gonna be copied. They're gonna be AI'd, and you're gonna be hearing those fake songs in these commercials and all these different advertisement settings, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
And when the artists get a hold of it, they'll be able to use it like this, like you said. It sounds just like Prince, sounds just like Michael Jackson, sounds just like him.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like I heard a Jay-Z song. As a matter of fact, Jay-Z, he was AI in this past week or so.
Wow.
He was AI with a song with another artist. I can't think of his name, and they were going back and forth, which is something that Jay-Z hasn't done in a record for a long time, when he went bar for bar, back and forth. If you know Jay-Z's catalog, I think the last time he does that is with Biggie Smalls in a song called Brooklyn's Finest. So I heard Jay-Z's song, and he was going back and forth with this other artist, and it sounded just like him. I mean, and if you don't understand how AI works, what they do is they use a machine that gathers all of your content, your music, your videos, your interviews, all of that content that's on the web, and they put it inside of all that information, that data inside of this machine that reproduces your sound. And that's generally just a general explanation of how AI is possible.
Your sound, your likeness, your mannerisms, everything that's it can be regenerated.
That's right. So I mean, honestly, Jerome and I could be AI candidates in the future. All of the stuff that we're doing, they have hours of documentation of me and him, and they're gonna, by the time it gets prominent, they're gonna have hundreds of hours of us.
Yeah.
And they can take and reproduce, this show for a funny 5-minute or 2-minute, segment inside of some,
and make us bend to any time, whatever agenda they have. If they're right wingers, if they're nuts,
and have us saying what they want us to say in our voice, and in our likeness.
Yeah. In essence, we're like puppets,
Yep. And this is how you give them the material that's needed to produce an AI version of yourself.
Right.
So
it's called fake news.
Yeah.
Fake news.
The thing that I would say that really is gonna keep AI at bay, I feel, out of the songs that I heard, the hot interest in it right now is just the idea of hearing these folks' voices and without, in different literatures that they didn't write or produce. And I think that that's going to play into the emotional side of the product, the music or whatever it is that they're going to utilize. If it's just, for conversation or just for talking, or they AI Jay-Z for some kind of laptop commercial, that's different. I'm sure that's going to be passive. It's going to, that's just, I mean, that's a light usage.
Pay attention to those new Super Bowl commercials and stuff that you be seeing on TV.
That stuff
they
is
were
going to
paying
be
millions of dollars for those things. But now with AI, you can knock out a commercial and make it look that professional for
absolutely.
And
that stuff's going to be accepted easily. But when it comes to the music, and you don't have the feeling and the passion in a lot of the stuff, I think that's where the line will be drawn, and hopefully people will say, nah, man, I want to hear the real stuff. I want to hear my guy really do that.
Right.
So hopefully I'm relying on people's musical consumption and people's need to want to
Keep it real.
Yeah, have a reality based
Keep it real
experience.
Keep it 100. Keep it 100.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that AI stuff. And here's just an example of like, what record labels have done thus far. Like you're looking at a picture of this rapper. This is a guy named FN Mecca. This is an example of what record labels want to do. This guy FN Mecca right here was produced by Capitol Records, and this character or artist, because he was an actual artist on the roster of Capitol Records. He's now been terminated for many reasons, and a lot of it is outcry inside of the hip hop community. So this is what they're trying to do. And you look at him, you see he's trendy. You see, a lot of the young guys look like him in the market of rap right now. The green hair, the tattoos on the face, the gold chain on. He's got like
his mother must be proud.
His computer mom must be proud.
His computer
His
mom
AI
must be
mom.
proud. His AI mom must be proud.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah. And
Wow.
this is what they're trying to accomplish. But he's a failed one of the first AI products from a record label, and he is a failed product. This guy's got a whole left gold hand, by the way.
Oh my God.
Yeah, whole left gold hand. His lower jaw is like some kind of, I don't know.
I guess that's to say he's gonna let go. So everything he touches turns to gold. Is that
Yeah,
supposed to be a reference?
Man, it's some
You
kind
ain't
of
Rob D, say
crap, man.
Yeah.
It's some crap. So, but they discontinued him, and he, is no longer on their roster, and they're no longer producing music, with this AI figure. And then you got other companies like MTV that have produced this guy. I think this guy's name is Bot Hard. And
Bot who?
Bot Hard. BOT Hard. And he looks like a white, rapper. He's got the chain on and a little orange jacket and a little,
They love the chain,
watch
don't they?
on.
They love the chain.
Absolutely. I mean, it's what sells it
It's a
to the
staple.
kids.
Yeah, let's go back to our man who walked around with the clock on there,
Yeah, I mean, Flav was real,
Yeah.
Flav was real. He had a message with these guys. And these guys that they dress them in jewelry and stuff, so they appeal to the kids.
Yeah.
Because that when the kids see
They
all
see
of
the
that
bling,
stuff,
all the
they
bling.
stop, they watch, and they listen.
Yeah.
So, and this is Bot Hard. Bot Hard was a DVD and MTV collab. I guess DVD is another artist or possibly company that collaborated with MTV to produce this guy, Bot Hard. So this is where they're going, and they're literally wanting to steal the rap, music, the rap culture right from underneath rappers like myself and other prominent
See,
rappers.
the worst is that because then they're trying to take, their influences because people are gonna want to look like that. They're gonna want to, the green hair. They're gonna want the bling. They're gonna want, that's the way they can fit in to be cool, instead of looking within themselves. But then when they find out that's computer generated, it's not even real.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Adrian Williams makes a good point. He said Mac Headroom from from back in the day, MTV.
Back in the day.
That one dude, is it Max?
Yeah, my name is Mac
yeah.
Headroom. I was a fan.
Yeah, I remember dude,
Yeah,
man.
I was a fan. I was a fan. Wow. It was back in the 80s.
Hey, that dude went on and he was in like a movie clip.
Movie or two. Oh yeah,
yeah,
he got large.
They took Max, and that dude Max, he carried Cinemax for a little minute too. I remember.
MTV was a Cinemax. Was MTV? Or was it Cinemax?
I thought it was Cinemax. Hold on, what did he say?
Max Headroom. Well,
hold on, let me see.
He said MTV.
Oh, from MTV.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
But shit. But he was on Cinemax too down there.
He had his own show every week. Had the Max Headroom show, and he was a detective.
Let me look up a picture of dude because he did the shit for Cinemax too, right?
Really? I don't think so. I remember him being on regular TV. You got more.
Yeah.
Cinemax.
Hold on.
He had an ABC show. Was it ABC? He had a network.
Yeah, I'm looking at him now. I thought dude did stuff for Cinemax too.
List his credits. I know he was a network.
Max Headroom. He had his own TV series.
Yeah, what channel did they say? They say NBC, ABC. I'm thinking ABC.
He had a TV movie in 1985.
Yeah. That was Dr. Fear My Kids. I remember that. Yeah.
Eminem, he did Rap God and did it. That was inspired by Max.
Oh, really?
Headroom. Yeah. Okay. History. Hold on. Here go a history of Max.
Oh, Max.
Headroom. Hey, Adrian, I'm thinking, man, he has something to do with Cinemax too, man. Let me know if I'm wrong or right, but yeah, that's him. I know the Max Headroom dude. Straight AI, dude.
Straight AI, computer generated. Wasn't even a real name.
No.
But was able to pass through things. And, I mean, it was fascinating. I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, he was cool. You know, like I feel like that was cool. He was a dude made up just to do that. He wasn't like an image of anyone or stolen anyone's likeness. Or, you know, he was just a dude that was, you know what I'm saying?
Brother, that's when TV was great. God, that's 85 that you was in the middle of Knight Rider, you was in the middle of the 18, and you had Headroom on the side.
Yeah, nice Headroom.
Good old back.
Damn.
All the way to night.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
I can go back.
Yeah. So yeah, man, prepare yourselves. AI rap is taking
AI in general is taking
and artificial intelligence.
And people are so fascinated with it because you got one. Google's got one. Apple's got one. You can go online and talk to an AI.
Siri, Alexa.
Yeah.
So
does Alexa have one? An AI?
Well, maybe not.
Nah.
Okay.
It's your big company. It's your Google. It's your Apple, your Microsoft, which is Apple. But they've got you can go online and you can talk to it and have it read poems and poetry and make up poetry and stuff. And, a lot of people are fascinated. I was listening to the Howard Stern show, and they were saying how it's going to extremes and people should be alarmed. And, yeah.
Howard Stern is somebody that I could see them AIing. You know? They got everything they need to AI Howard Stern.
This guy's had content for damn near 40 years.
Yeah. And they could just take and just boom, just AI. And you got Howard Stern shows, here and there and running, forever,
Don't forget, he was part man on MTV back in the day. So yes, he was part man.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man, just it's something that is stealing, once again from culture abroad, but you already know the prime target is going to be Black culture.
Black culture.
You can't have any of these entertainment facets be successful without some kind of
connection
Black culture influence. That's just how it is. That's just what it is, period. So
and see, the bad thing is that people right now they rely on their eyes. They see the image and it's ingrained in their mind. And people, thank God for me that I don't use my eyes. I have to do a little bit more listening. And you can hear the AI is off a little bit. You can hear that they're trying too hard to be too perfect. And, people are not perfect. We all know that. But sometimes you have to close your eyes and listen to your ears. Let your ears tell you the truth. Because we have 5 senses. You can't taste it. You can listen to it. You can see it. You can feel it. And you can put your hands on it. They make it look so real. So the only thing you have left is your auditory, is your ears to hear the pings. You can hear the gears. You can hear how it's not, if it's blowing too much or if it's not blowing enough or if there's choppy, pauses in between. You can pick that up if you're trained.
Just listen.
Just listen.
Just listen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sometimes
man.
we either close our mouths or just listen.
Yep. So our big dummy of the week, dude, is a pretty messed up big dummy.
Or you don't want to tell you something with that? Don't we need a break now?
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break and then
I'll tell you dummy is coming.
I'll tell you who our big dummy is.
I can't wait.
It's pretty bad.
Oh my God.
And they deserve it pretty much. They did a good job earning this big dummy.
Wow.
So yeah,
Here's
we'll be back in 2 ticks.
2 ticks. There you go.
I'ma stay fresh with Kicks Casserole. Cop the latest with Kicks Casserole. Nothing less than Kicks Casserole. I'm at my best with Kicks Casserole. I'ma stay fresh with Kicks Casserole. Top the latest with Kicks Casserole. Nothing less than Kicks Casserole. I'm at my best with Kicks Casserole. Look, nigga, I'm dumb fly. Every time the sun rise, murder classrooms with my fresh since junior high. Fucking up the cafeteria, Columbia 11 highs. Chicks cutting hella eyes while I move with a smooth stride. North Carolina from head to toe, freshest that you know, and that remains from then on into tomorrow. So I'ma stay getting figures, macking bitches, getting bigger, and fresh from head to toe with Kicks Casserole.
Rappers, producers, hip-hop entertainers, hit up CWK Promotions for any of your management needs. Promotions, booking, studio sessions, feature help, models for your music videos, and much more. Hit up Chris Kleiss with CWK Promotions. Booking from 15 to 30% cheaper. Models, $50 to $500 for your videos. Promotions of any kind. Studio sessions ranging from $35 to $175. And features from $10,000 to $250K. Hit up CWK Promotions now. Yo. So we back. I wanted to add this in before we step into the big dummy.
Yeah.
My man just brought up a very awesome Harry Belafonte fact.
Piece of trivia going back since we lost Mr. Harry Belafonte, the man of all men.
Yeah, and I was telling you guys about Harry Belafonte earlier. Harry Belafonte was the first black artist to sell $1 million.
$1 million in music sales. He was the first African American who cleared $1 million. Yeah. Back when nobody did it. Back when, the biggest act, the Little Richards, I think the only one that came close to him was Paul Robeson, but that was for a long late speech, and he was talking. What do they call that? He got a Grammy for that. Paul Robeson did, but that was back in those days where Yet alone let you into the studio, but yet alone, be able to create a profit back off your own music. The Calypso music that he did, he sold $1 million, 1 million copies.
Wow.
It's the first black man.
If you're late and just tuning in a little while ago, earlier today, Harry Belafonte passed away. And I was talking about how he was the first black actor to insinuate a kiss on screen. He actually utilized the cup and shared a cup in the same place where, and the woman took it and did put her lips on top of his lips. Because at that time in Hollywood, you couldn't kiss a white woman if you were a black actor. But my partner in crime is telling me that he also is the first to reach a million in sales in music due to his popularity with his calypso music.
I mean, Little Richard and them tried it. They Little Richard, a lot of the black artists back in those days. But when calypso broke in America back in, people were jumping on it. White people, black people out there, and he was able just to capitalize on, like Marley did when reggae came large.
Yeah.
When reggae was launched, Marley capitalized, and he was dominated for generations. People are still using some of his licks and rap songs today. He's one of the most reproduced artists. Him and James Brown. They got a little bit of that Marley lick in them.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So back.
Hit the wave.
Yeah, man.
We up to the big
dummy of the week, you guys. And who is this big dummy?
He's the who?
This big dummy
Who?
is a lady,
Oh, who?
a white lady.
Oh God.
And you know what? I
Lord
felt
help us.
it not even necessary to know her name.
Mm.
She is some Karen, is what I was.
Oh my
her.
God, not a Karen.
She's just some Karen.
Yes.
And this white lady felt that it was okay for her to demand that this African American girl who stayed in the same hotel as her, she felt it was okay to demand that she leave. And so much so, she chose to spit in her face right downstairs in front of the hotel desk in the lobby. But she was met with something that she didn't expect, a very potent ass whooping.
What?
Yes.
Oh, girl, sister lit her up like a Christmas tree.
I can do better than tell you about it. Here's that clip.
To be the Karen asked cause she spit on me and told me I don't belong here. And it's my birthday today. Happy birthday to me.
I'm not allowed to eat here. I'm checking out. I'm gonna slap her ass. Yeah, I'm get out of here. Ma'am. She's a guest. I don't care. You can't put her out of here. What? Bitch! Sorry, bitch! What's wrong with you, girl? No! Spit on me again, bitch! Stupid ass! Okay, I'm sorry. My ass out here, Woo! Y'all.
Yes. The satisfaction.
Wait a minute. I didn't see that. I want to see it again.
The gratification.
I want to see that again.
It was like I just came in from running a half a mile in hot sand, and it was a cold bottle of water waiting for me on the table as soon as I walked in the house.
Oh, this is coming out.
That's how this quenched my thirst. Oh, Michael H., if you watching this, I admired this young black girl so much. Wow. And this was
where?
This was, I'm not sure.
Oh, I want to know where
this was at. But this was at a Days Inn hotel lobby. And the white lady, as you see, felt that she had all rights to demand that this black girl, who was also a resident at the hotel, who was staying there just like her, she felt that she had the right to tell her to leave. And she felt so much so in the right about it that she could spit. She thought that she would be able to spit on this black girl and walk right past her and she would do nothing. I'm so glad that she whooped her ass. I'm so glad.
She handed it to her.
Whooped her ass and then kicked her all in the back. That was perfect.
Handed it to her.
That was perfect.
I'm sorry. Yeah. You are.
They say that you shouldn't support violence. You shouldn't condone violence.
But that's right. That's right and wrong right there. That's righting or wrong.
This is
nobody should have that in their face.
This is one of those incidents when I say fuck that.
Yeah.
All right.
Right and wrong.
This is one of them incidents when I say you must have had it coming.
Yeah. You must have done this before, and people let you get away with that crap. But guess what? It's a new era. It's a new dawn.
I want to remind people that before some folks focus on the fact that there was physical contact made, and this woman being at the age that she is and being beaten up by a younger woman in this fashion. I want to remind people that it is against the law to spit on folks. That qualifies as assault.
As assault
in some states, in most states,
every state. Are you kidding?
Okay.
Ask the correctional officers.
Yeah,
in every state.
They get spit on every day.
Every day.
They get shit thrown on them too. The guys literally throw excrement on them.
And urine.
And urine bags.
They save it up for them.
Yep. and throw it on them when they open the little hole or whatever. And yeah, man. So that is a crime.
Yeah.
That is assault. So you cannot be in the place where you think you can spit on people and you can throw your bodily functions on them and think that
It's okay.
there's no repercussions. Think that it's okay. You know, you can think there's no repercussions if you want to,
Right.
but there's going to be people that challenge that theory. And this young girl did that, and I'm so proud of her. I want to give her an applause.
Yeah.
I didn't get to get the young girl's name, but it was unfortunate. It was her birthday.
It was her birthday.
That she had to have this experience on.
It's
unfortunate, man. But you know what? Hey, the whole world remembers now on your birthday, whatever the 26, 27, whatever old you turn,
yeah.
the whole world will remember your birthday.
We got to share your present.
And they
Big old
shared
thank
it
you
with
to the ass
you.
whooping.
And a lot of us are proud of you. The ones that ain't, they stand on the side of that Karen, I'm sure. Because in this video, you have no grounds to stand beside this woman. You have no grounds to say that this woman was anywhere near right, that this woman should have done what she done, and that she didn't deserve what she got. You have no grounds. If so, you are absolutely a closet racist or an extreme pacifist. Either way, get out of my sight, get off the table, get off the mic. You know, whatever influencer, whatever individual that isn't an influencer out here, you know, as a fan, you can kiss as much ass as you can find,
brother.
Because this woman brought that on herself,
brother. How can we find if you were interested to find that clip on the internet? What's it called? How do we go about trying to see that again if you want to find it on our own?
I would just look up. And here's the funny part.
Another Karen ass woman.
I would look up Karen spits on girl at hotel. To try to narrow it down, because if you put in Karen spits,
you'll see a lot of spit videos.
Yeah, I found like 4 or 5 videos where white women has spit on other. I got videos where it was a black nurse, and she came into the house helping the white lady, and the white lady was spitting on her in her own kitchen. And the black girl, she just kept on. God bless her heart, man.
Working through
she
it.
Was at the sink, and she just kept on washing and doing whatever she was doing, and the white lady was spitting on her, and she just continued to, she just ignored it.
See, that's the kind of shame that we've been enduring now.
And that right there, that comes from blacks being underneath the intimidation of whites. That's a post-slavery ethic. Even though she was taking a higher route and she wouldn't confront the woman who she was nursing for, she was an employee in that situation. And she allowed herself to be degraded. She allowed herself to be spit on. And you can't tell me,
because the next step of that is going to jail. If you turn around and deal with this woman, then you
go to jail.
Elder abuse. You beat them an old lady.
Yep. So she wanted to, and that's the thing that they've utilized against blacks for years. They put these other things that in the equation that you should fear. Fear of economic loss or hardship. Fear of jail. Fear of confrontation with the police, just pure confrontation. They utilize these things so that they can control you, so that you can sit back and allow for someone else to abuse you. And then overall, it diminishes your self-respect.
It's like
it diminishes all the things, your integrity, and all the things that kind of make up your highest character, and have you questioning and second guessing what you're doing in life or what you're doing with this in this particular situation. And hers, being that she's a home nurse, I'm sure she probably takes that home and questions. I wish I had that clip, but it wasn't about her today. It was about this spitting incident. That was sad to watch, dude.
Oh man!
And I'm just so glad that this black girl chose to whoop some ass. And I commend her. I commend her mother.
She was assaulted. She was assaulted, and she said, "Forget that. Violence begat violence. You gonna spit on me? I'm gonna let you know how I really feel."
And then to have the nerve to scream, "I'm sorry." Yeah, Adrian. Yeah, he was talking about how she was screaming, "I'm sorry." Wow. You sorry now because somebody putting their feet all over you.
Somebody walking on that.
Yeah, and treating you like that Days Inn doormat that you was laying next to. Now you're sorry. justification is beautiful, says Mom. Yes, it is. I was definitely satisfied, says Melissa Thomas. Spitting on a person is assault, says A-Dog. It is. It's one of the worst assaults that I'd rather be punched in the face.
I'd rather be called a name. I'd rather not be punched in the face. Call me something before you punch me. You know, but then, I mean, spitting is to the bottom of the list. The bottom of the list. Because you know the words going, and it's got DNA, and they can hit you with an orifice, and who knows what you got. You could be walking around with AIDS or something.
Yeah.
Bam, hit you in a sensitive spot, you hit.
People have things going on in their mouth orally, like bleeding gums.
Bleeding gums.
You know, and what if you know the spit that hit you in the face,
right?
That somehow lands on your tongue or in your mouth,
or your mouth, or through your membrane,
even in your eyes,
your
or something where, you know, you might have contracted whatever disease in their blood that they, because it's nothing for your gums to bleed. Your gums can have a little bit of blood just with daily toothbrush
every time you brush, right?
Yeah, so for her to do that and for her to think that's okay, man, I'm so glad that she got that re-education. I'm so glad that she got to lay on the ground and submit.
And it was only one boy. It was just the two of them. There was nobody else jumping in, because normally something like that would have been a couple of girls. You spit on my friend, you know.
No, it was just her by herself. The woman, because if you watch the clip, you hear a woman at a desk, which is the host, or not the host, but the woman that was manning the desk at Daisy, and she says, "Hey, she's got a right to be here." During the whooping, she doesn't come out from behind the desk.
Hell no.
Nope, they sat back. I commend her at the Daisy Inn for sitting back and allowing that whooping. Sometimes, man, something I learned, man, a long time ago. This is real talk. Sometimes, man, you have to get out of God's way. You have to allow whatever God has planned for people to go ahead and commence. You have to let God do his work. And that woman needed that ass whooping. Maybe because she had intentions on trying that later on down the line, and maybe the person that was set and destined for her to meet to try that with carried a gun.
Oh man.
Maybe because, you know, who knows what encounters that she might have faced that would have garnered a way more detrimental result than just a few kicks and punches. I believe in re-education, and I believe in letting God do his work. Stay out his way. Yep.
Oh, girl met the hand of God. On that video, she met the hand of God.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am the punishment. He says me before I come. They said, he says me.
Yeah, Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan.
The hand of God, Genghis Khan.
I am the hand of God. He would not have sent a punishment like me.
Unless you deserve it.
Something like to that.
Something like that, yeah.
Genghis Khan said, great saying, though. Yeah, man. So absolutely, man. Take the wrath of them smocks or them Crocs all over top of your head and all in your back. I heard one of them hit her in the. That's that deep. You hear that? That's that deep to your spine. That's what that.
And no back up, no husband say you can't stomp my woman like that. Oh no. Watch this.
Yeah. She had that one a coming.
Lord, she had spit in her mouth. She had a foot in her ass.
Yes. Very well said. Melissa T says, karma is a bitch. And she's faithful. Meaning she always shows up. Yes. So yeah, man. Man, we have to give the biggest props and applause to some Karen somewhere at a day's end.
Who said don't take that crap?
Recovering physically, she probably has, but still recovering mentally from that ass whooping. Karen, we appreciate you. We thank you for being a great example on the floor.
We do.
Hollering, I'm sorry. You're a big dummy, and I don't know what else I can tell you. Just be a better Karen and try not to be a Karen at all.
There you go. If you want to try to get along, just don't be a Karen. You're not entitled. You're not entitled.
No.
You don't have that kind of pull.
You're not entitled to nothing. You're not. You're entitled to praying for things that you want in your lifetime, and you're entitled to
pray for the yesteryears that ain't coming back.
Yep.
They're not coming back. We come too far, my faith, to go back now. We can't do it.
Yep. So thank you to this big, tremendous, huge dummy, some Karen on the floor at Days End.
You big dummy. You
Yep.
big dummy. You big dummy.
You
big dummy.
Thank you.
Thank you. I was wondering if they were able to keep that. I didn't know if that was copyrighted or not.
What, the big dummy?
Big dummy. You big Fred Sanford. Yeah.
You know, I don't know how
I'd be
that.
careful about that.
Hey, you know, if they copyright strike it, I figure that they may allow usage of it because so much has been titled Big Dummy.
Right.
And that I've seen that utilized not in this context as a show segment, but just in different areas of entertainment.
They're on everything, like you said.
Yeah.
Every little slip can cost you a tag, you know.
Well,
let's hope not.
I'm gonna use it and
until
we can get the license for it, and then I'm gonna use it some more. So
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you.
Thank you, some Karen, you big dummy. We appreciate you. Thanks again. Happy whoopings to you in the future.
A big old can of ass woman.
Yes. Yes, man.
Yeah.
So that's our big dummy of the week.
She dispatched her boy.
Yes, she did.
Oh.
Yes. So finally, TikTok challenges to die for.
Now we come to the payoff.
Yes. TikTok challenges to die for. And what do you mean TikTok challenges to die for? What do I mean? What is that? What is that in reference of?
They're all to die for. It's dumb. It's kids doing dumb things that could cause them bodily harm, and most 9 times out of 10 it does.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the antihistamine thing? You got to eat as many antihistamines as you can.
I tell you what, we're gonna get there. Hold that thought.
Okay.
What I'm gonna
There's more than one. Oh God.
What I'm gonna do is we're gonna walk you down a line of some of the most popular, borderline deadly, all the way to the deadly TikToks, and I'll give you about 4, maybe 5.
Please God, tell
4,
me
maybe 5.
Please tell me you got the Vicks chicken, the chicken with the Vicks, the NyQuil chicken.
We done a segment. If you guys have never seen before, we've done a segment on NyQuil chicken.
Yes.
It does rank up there somewhere in that top 10. Some of your worst challenges, most dangerous and deadly challenges. No one was reported to have passed away from the NyQuil chicken situation, so it does rank underneath some of the worst challenges where people have suffered detrimental harm
and loss of life.
Yes, and loss of life. But nonetheless, the NyQuil chicken challenge was one of the worst. And please make sure you stop by the page and you can see a couple of videos for the NyQuil chicken challenge segment that we've done in one of the Crossfaded episodes previously. But let's start with a simple one.
Okay.
This one right here.
Okay.
This one right here is the what is it called? The
you get that
face wax challenge.
Face wax.
Face wax. I got to order for these, brother. I got to order for them, and I got a video sample.
Okay.
So the face wax challenge is one of the most prominent challenges to come into the challenge equation, and take a look at what exactly the face wax challenge is.
What you're in problem right now, because
what's going on is a guy taking and putting wax very, very thick all across this man's face, running it all the way down to his ears, all over his eyes. He has to use Q-tips to keep his breathing ways open for his nostrils. And he's using Q-tips right around the eyes to be able to have some kind of space of some sort. So when he pulls that wax, to have a space of some sort to pull that off of the eyebrows, but the eyebrows are gone. They're coming off.
Right. Eyebrows,
Any
mustache,
facial hair is
any
coming off,
facial hair.
and anything else, eyelashes, all that's coming off. They don't have the clip of this guy when that comes off.
He's
but
going for a mannequin look. Is that what that is? A mannequin?
I guess.
Yeah.
I think what they're going for is just shock value.
Yeah.
Is what they do this kind of stuff. And by the way, this particular challenge has caused for quite a few people to suffocate. From what I read about this challenge,
and there's got to be some burns involved because it's hot wax.
I don't think there's any burns because it's like that waxing wax. But I heard
wussy
more
wax. They ain't doing real. It's not the wax that they use for when they change the privates, right? It's not that kind of wax.
Yeah, that's the stuff the women use.
Oh, that shit is hot too. I mean,
is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard rumors. I've never had it done, but I've heard rumors.
Oh well, I'm definitely seeing how some people have suffocated dealing with that
because they didn't cover. They didn't open up the air hunt. Open your mouth. You can't open your mouth because it's wax shut, ain't it?
Yeah. Well, he got these Q-tips and they went around the lips. But I've seen some challenges because I looked at a lot of challenges where the dude's whole mouth was covered and he was breathing through just the Q-tips out of the nose.
You know what it is?
Very dangerous.
People just have too much free time. I don't know what's going on in America.
Yeah.
Too much free time. Okay, what's the next one?
So this is another challenge. And warning, each challenge is going to continue to get worse.
Second verse, worse as the first.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just warning you right now.
I'm going to have to look away from this one.
And this is the DIY vampire.
Well, fuck.
People super gluing fangs.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Now that girl began to panic because and I'm describing this to the crowd, but as well as to my co-pilot. She was beginning to panic because she couldn't take those super glued fangs off of her teeth. So she, began to start to panic and she couldn't get them off. And when I done the research on that, a lot of people even had to go to the dentist to get those fake fangs removed.
Periodontics.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it led to filing. The dentist having to file plastic remnants off of the tooth and reshape the tooth and all of that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. There's even a video of a girl who done that to herself, and then she did her own filing at home with a nail file. So she was like double whammy.
Wow.
Like she got the stuff off it and she was with the nail file like this. I saw that video myself.
Still in her mouth.
Yep. And if you don't know, you do not alter your teeth like that. You don't have the tools that's needed to file your teeth. You're destroying a top layer of your teeth that is called the enamel. That enamel.
Once you lose that enamel, you never get
gone.
it back.
It doesn't grow back.
It never comes
and it
back.
Protects everything underneath that tooth. Everything behind it.
You're about to kiss that tooth goodbye.
Yep, you're going to rot that tooth out.
Yeah.
You're going to be susceptible to all these different things in your drinks, your food.
And everything goes to your mouth. Everything goes to your mouth. It's just an oral thing. If your oral ain't right, your body ain't right because it goes from your mouth to your gut.
Yep.
It goes to your gut.
Yep. So yeah, man, filing your teeth because you did the vampire challenge. That's not only stupid.
I'm not prejudiced. I'm not prejudiced. White chick.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
You're gonna see most of the folks that are taking these very risky challenges.
Black folks
to be
got
white.
better things to do with themselves. I'm sorry. I'm not prejudiced. Don't get me wrong. I'm not prejudiced, but we got better things to do.
Yeah. Yeah. But there is some cases where that is not all the time true.
Not all the time true. You're right. Hey, this challenge is a multicultural offender. It will suck anybody in. It will.
Absolutely.
Black, white, Puerto Rican, everybody just a freaking.
Absolutely. And the next challenge, and this is the final challenge that I'm going to be showing you video of. This is the corn cob challenge.
Oh my
now
God.
I want to show you two corn cob challenge conclusions. Two corn cob challenge conclusions.
Okay.
All right. Both corn cob challenges end in different ways.
Oh my God. Where are they sticking this? I know you want to know.
Oh my God.
I know you want to know.
It's terrible.
Help me, Melissa T. Help me.
What's up?
Is he doing what I think he's doing?
What happened with that particular girl? She actually put a corn on the cob on an electric drill. So this is what this challenge consists of. And you turn the electric drill, you press the trigger. The drill.
Yeah.
So imagine holding like a corn on the cob.
Big corn on the cob in your hand.
Not in your hand, but you got the drill bit stuck into the end of the corn on the cob.
Yeah.
And so that the corn on the cob can turn rapidly.
Spin it, yeah.
Yep. And then you put it up to your mouth and in your mouth and put your front top teeth and bottom teeth around it. So the idea is for the corn kernels to just rapidly be popping off into your mouth like you're
Guess what? I got an invention. It's called cream corn. You can open up a can and get the same thing. It'll come in your mouth, and that's what you're looking for. If you can save the drill, save the effect. That's just me, but go ahead.
And this girl, she loses like a gash of hair because that drill, she has long hair, and when that drill started to spin,
it took her hair with it.
It lost control. She lost control rather, and it sucked her hair up. And then it just rips a patch off of her head.
Must have been one of them DeWitt drills or DeWitt drills.
Oh, DeWitt drill.
Yeah. What's the other one? Newkirk, New something.
Yeah. Oh, super drill. But I mean, I'm seeing all the drills doing this. It don't even matter the brand.
White chick.
Chinese.
Well,
I'll say Asian because I don't know if she's Chinese.
Right.
But
Japanese, Korean, the different, just like when it comes to us, there's different flags of the color. You're African, you're Nigerian, you're Jamaican. The Jamaicans go, I'm not black, I'm brown. But go ahead.
Yep. Snatches a patch straight clean off her head.
I'm glad I can't.
Clean off her head.
I'm glad I can't say it.
Yep.
I deplore that kind of violence, unless you live in the streets of New York.
Oh my God. Okay, and
the last one.
And then I want to show you one of the bad cases of the corn. But that was a bad case too.
They're all bad cases because these are dumbasses that's got a lot of free time.
Absolutely. So corn on the cob challenge 2 results. This is done by a black artist. He's an artist. His name is Jason Derulo. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. Hopefully I am. If not, let me know in the comments. But Jason Derulo, he attempted the corn on the cob challenge, and this was his end result.
Y'all seen this? I've always wanted to try it. Life hack.
Is there blood?
What happened with him was his 2 front teeth were dislodged, and they were kind of like it's hard to describe. Almost like somebody took a pair of pliers and just kind of wrenched them upward, grabbed onto your tooth and just kind of jacked them upward and out. So his 2 front teeth are kind of flickering out.
See, he could have saved himself from problems. Waited till I'm in my 60s. I already lost my tooth. I ran into something in an accident. I have no front teeth. I mean, if you want to lose front teeth, he's a young boy. It looks like today.
Yeah, young brother.
Yeah. Well, save your teeth until you get older. Then you're losing, man.
Yeah.
They give you extra for them, but what I hear.
Yep, and his teeth is all jacked up. But the difference between Jason Derulo doing that and regular people doing that, this guy can go, and I'm sure he has the best insurance or he has the affordability to immediately go and repair his mouth, which these TikTokers and these other fame seekers and clout chasers don't.
Yeah, so you're leaving a wake of damaged people that have oral problems, which anybody who knows in life, if your oral ain't right, you ain't right because your oral goes from your mouth, the secretions, the kissing somebody to your guts. If your guts ain't right, you got probiotics, so it's all that like you are starting a cascading event because, this makes no sense to me. This makes no sense to me. People need to stop. Get a hobby. Get a job. Help somebody. Stop with this kind of crap. And then we were talking about the Benadryl challenge.
So that's the final.
That's the final.
That's the final.
Oh, I saved it to the very end.
That's the final.
I got one more on top of that, but if you don't mind, if we have the time.
Okay.
All right, but go ahead. I want you to do the Benadryl. I can get my formulations together for the last challenge. Okay.
All right. So finally,
that's why I love partnership. We work together, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So finally, the final challenge.
And parents, make your kids stop this. If you see them doing this, make them stop. Or don't keep Benadryl in your house, whatever you do.
Man. And this is also the saddest challenge. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys.
One of the saddest
right now.
The saddest. There's more.
This is definitely one of the saddest challenges.
This ain't don't ever say that.
It's pretty fucking sad, man. Yeah. And this is dealing with a 14-year-old kid. His name is Jacob Stevens, and Jacob Stevens took on the Benadryl challenge.
Of course.
And the Benadryl challenge consists of you taking as many Benadryl as you can.
I think the level was you have to have 12 Benadryl in your system and stay awake is what the
challenge was.
That was the challenge was. You had to take 12 Benadryl and stay up without passing out. That was the deal.
Here's a clip.
I could be wrong.
Here's a clip of Jacob Dylan or his family or whoever in this clip is talking about him with this challenge.
This isn't Charmin. No wonder I don't feel as clean.
Sorry for the commercial, you guys. This was
I'm trying.
There's no like clip of him doing the challenge. Of course, at least I couldn't find one. But you have clips of folks
with its diamond weave texture.
Speaking about him in different news outlets.
Right, the commercial to get to
everybody waiting
for. So we gotta watch the Charmin commercial.
Okay, hon. We know you're clean.
My bottom feels great.
Enjoy it though. It's Charmin.
I was 9 when I wanted to die. 13 when I found a solution.
You're watching the For You page of a teen's TikTok account.
Love will not heal me.
CNN created this TikTok profile with the help of a 14-year-old and their parents before taking control of it. Over 6 days, we used this account to see what kinds of content the app would serve to a young person. It seems to be sort of giving you a guide for how to develop an eating disorder, how to restrict your eating. What surprised me most, the content that I was served while in restricted mode. But that comes later. First, all right, let's do it. This is the first time that I'm going to be opening this TikTok and looking at the For You page. For the first 2 days, I scrolled the test account's For You page for 30 minutes, about a third of the amount of time a typical US teen spends on the app each day, according to a TechCrunch report. And I watched each video I came across in full just once. At first, we saw a lot of this.
Oh, the wonderful things Mr. Brown can do. He can go like a cow. He can go moo moo.
And this. But about 17 minutes into our first day, we were served this video. Now we've come to a live video. All we're really seeing is this girl's bottom in the frame. It looks like that's the point of this video. And about 18 minutes into day 2, we came across this video. So now we've got one that has hashtag mental health on it.
You gotta kill you if you wanna kill me.
We have a sort of like veiled reference to suicide in here. Sort of mature themes happening here.
I think a lot of parents are sitting there going, hold on a sec, I thought TikTok was about dance crazes.
On day 3, we started searching for content using search terms from both a lawsuit filed by the Indiana Attorney General's office and research from the online safety advocacy group Center for Countering Digital Hate.
Now, I wanted to play a little bit of that clip. I hadn't watched it myself yet, but I expected her to talk about the restrictions that she was running into when looking for these, TikTok challenges and these different challenges that are all around the internet. And I brought that up for an important reason. So, but at the center of this last challenge, we have a young man by the name of Jacob. And Jacob is a young Ohio boy, and he actually attempted this TikTok challenge and overdosed And yes, Benadryl is an antihistamine. So that antihistamine took him out. He was pronounced dead on April the 12th. So one day after our last show, this happened.
Wow.
And Nationwide Children's Hospital, after attempting the Benadryl challenge, the challenge encourages these kids to take, you were right, 12 to 14 pills at once
Yes.
to induce hallucinations.
You know.
Yeah. A friend of Stevens filmed him participating in the challenge. Once ingesting the medications, Stevens began seizing. And doctors placed Stevens on a ventilator and told his parents that their son would never wake up again.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna try to see if I can.
He's a vegetable right now. You can plant him and grow food off of him because he's not waking up no more. I'm sorry. He's a vegetable.
Oh man.
For a stupid ass TikTok challenge, man. He's a vegetable. As a matter of fact, you can grow fruit out of his head. You can grow a pineapple out of his motherfucking head.
Terrible.
I know it is, but he's a dumbass who took the challenge. He's a vegetable. Now he becomes one. We can serve him up with salad now. Sorry.
So bad.
I'm sorry.
So this is Jacob, you guys. If you guys, and that's, I'm sorry, and then
that was unscripted. That was this carries over to the dumbass category. I'm sorry.
It's real. It is really real though, man.
But it's done with a capital D, though.
Yeah.
Ron DMC said that you're dumb, dude. Dumb with a capital D.
That's Jacob right there, and he is right. God bless you, Jacob, and your family. But Jerome is right, man, because this 14-year-old prominent kid, he was an athlete.
Right, athlete. He had women. He could have cars. He could have had property. He could have had
football player.
Look at that.
That's Jacob right there. God bless him. God bless him.
Let me see. Oh, he looks weird. It's an inside joke to everybody who knows the podcast because I'm totally blind. I can't say nothing. So I say, well, he looks weird. But how does he know? I'm totally blind. But if you're a part of the podcast, you would know this. Yeah, it's part of the game. It's an inside to the inner game. You've been scripted.
So the doctors placed Stevens on a ventilator and told his parents their son. Told his parents their son would never wake up, according to ABC 6. No brain scan. There was nothing there.
Of course not.
He said we could keep him on a ventilator. I think this is one of the parents leaving a comment. He said we could keep him on a ventilator.
No, that's wrong.
And
so this part said to help people harvest his organs. I'm an advocate. Give somebody a chance. How old was he? 18?
13.
13. Look at that. He corrupts his organs and stuff. He can help so many people if they just say, well, look, he's brain dead. Once you hear brain dead, help people in America. And I'm going to take a stand on organ donors. If you're not an organ donor, if you did not sign your driver's license, I don't know how my man feels about it, but
Who, me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, I'm an organ donor.
Okay. Oh, fine. I didn't know. I hate. They ain't getting mine.
Really?
Mine is corrupt. I'm 60-something years old. You don't want my organs. They've been through the New York, the Bronx. If anything, you'll be getting my organs back when I die.
Somebody might want your heart.
They don't want my heart. It's been to the Bronx.
They might say, man, I want a heart like this.
No, I suffered through the New York Giants, the New York Jets episode. I have no heart.
Oh, yeah, footnote, A-Dog, while you was gone, I want to let you know that the New York Giants are the only team to not start a black quarterback, not to jump off topic because we're on TikTok challenges to die for. But the New York Giants, I repeat, are the only NFL team to never start a black quarterback.
But hey, dog, guess what? That's all right. We got Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets Gang Green is going to the championship. We're going to the promised land. Hey, dog, what do you think?
I just want you to think about that, dog. The New York Giants have never started a black quarterback. Yeah. But we'll leave that right there.
Yeah.
All right.
But going back to the challenge. So what happened to our boy? Our boy died?
We left him on the ventilator.
Yeah.
We could, he
well,
could
this
lay
probably
there.
It could have been that. It also could have been COVID. You know that, right? This is probably during the time after we coming out of COVID.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's safe to say it was Benadryl for sure.
It's been straight Benadryl. Well, when you take 12 to 15 Benadryl, 2 usually put people to sleep.
Yeah.
12 to 15, you are looking for a dirt nap. You're looking for the eternal sleep.
That's crazy. 12 or 14.
12 to 14.
One, I would give Benadryl to my dogs like half of one. When they're itching and by the way, before anybody tries to, strike me or strike this video, that is a recommendation that comes from some veterinarians.
A lot of veterinarians.
If your dog
has break your dog skin, if it's an allergy thing because the dogs are suffering. I have one. I've had several. I've always breaking off a piece for my dog for Benadryl and stuff. Yes, it's an allergy because dogs suffer allergies just like we do because they got their nose in the grass. They love it.
Yep. And I have given my dogs on a couple of occasions half of Benadryl to help subside their itching, so they can, have a peaceful sleep or a peaceful evening. So that is something that is a common suggestion by veterinarians. But never has anyone in medical history suggested 12
to 15 tablets of Benadryl.
This is clearly,
it's abuse of your body, and you can get away with that if your kid if you survive, but if you don't survive, that's on you. You took a ride, you rolled the dice, and you lost. You lost. And speaking of challenges, I don't know if you're done with that one, but there was that one challenge where in New York City, the YouTube challenge was going around punching people in the face. They were punching, just walking up to random people, 85, 75, 95-year-old women, punching them in the face.
In New York?
In New York. It was a YouTube challenge. Like I said, this YouTube
and that was a challenge?
Yes. Yes, let's do some research for the next episode and stuff. I bet you Melissa T can give us some statistics of people. Yes, that we got. They just walked up and just be you black, be you Asian, be you whatever. They just walked up and punched you in the motherfucker. Right?
Wow.
Yes, they did.
Offered a challenge.
Offered a challenge. The ice bucket challenge where they would dump an ice water over you.
Challenge. Now I'll say this because I'm gonna say it now before anything gets made. Your boy did participate in the ice bucket challenge.
He had a lot of
That's the only challenge I've ever done ever, but that was to the benefit of the ALS. I believe the organization that
for boys getting punched in the face.
Nah. I was doing it for the benefit of organization. All right, to benefit ALS, whatever that is.
It feels like that. Yeah. Lou Gehrig, that's Lou Gehrig's thing. Yeah. Today,
punch in the mouth.
Yeah, but today is the day of
Oh my God. You'll never see your boy doing no challenges again.
That's
never see it again. I don't do challenges. That was years and years and years ago, before even considering to be at this magnitude on social media. You never see your boy again. Hopefully that video is lost way down.
Do you have a sound effect of somebody getting punched in the face? I know you do. It's standard. Do you have a sound effect?
I got a slap.
That's no. I need one with punch in the face straight. You hear the boy getting punched and knocked to the ground. He's like, oh.
Yeah, we need to find that.
Yeah,
but for now,
if you have that deserves Karen right there, the one that spit on that girl. I say, give her one more slap for the friend.
Absolutely, she did.
One more slap. Give her one more slap.
Karen, this is for you.
Yeah. Don't spit on nobody because it sounds like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, you're sorry now.
Yes.
You're sorry now.
And I'm gonna go to the comments.
Yes, sir. Let's do some comments. Hey, dog, I still have not heard from you about we got the draft on Thursday night. Who are you looking for? What's up?
All right. Hey, dog, let them know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're a sports fan just like me.
Melissa T, what in the world? Clearly, people need to remember that you only grow one set of permanent teeth. Okay, so
she's going to dental route. Guess what? I got a set of teeth in my pocket right now. Let me show you now.
Corey Rosell says every person who does these challenges should be honorary big dummies. Melissa T.
He is so right. He's so right. And going back to that, there was a whole challenge in New York. Guys were riding the top of the Long Island Railroad.
Oh, y'all seen that?
You seen that?
Y'all seen little young dudes?
Yes.
It was a challenge to hold on to the side of the train while it was going. The dudes was, man, that's crazy.
We had stuff like that growing up in the Bronx when I was growing up, where boys would ride skateboards. And they ride down the street to the Bronx, grab a hold of a bus, and ride, coast along with the bus. And bus drivers like, oh no, get this shit off my bus. They would, veer into traffic and try to get you hit by trucks and buses.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like you getting the free rides, what they was taking in New York. They did not. And I have a nephew, a cousin. He said, I wiped out a couple of guys and tried to think they go and grab a hold of my bus and ride downtown. Oh no.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Jerome, that was called the knockout challenge. A-Dog.
Yes. Yes. He knows.
And then
they walked up and you had to knock this motherfucker out. You had to knock this person out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and they showed videos of boys and girls and walking up to old folks, cripples, and other just going up and going.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
You got Melissa T and A-Dog saying they both did the ice bucket challenges floating around somewhere. Melissa's like, I did that challenge.
I can't see her doing an ice bucket.
And then
again, she can bring it away out of there, man.
Mom was like, you did what? It's
the
ice bucket challenge where you dump a bucket of ice on top of your own head.
Yeah.
It would, but it again, Mom, it was for ALS. That's
Lou Gehrig's disease.
It ain't Lou Gehrig's, but it's
it is. ALS is Lou Gehrig's disease.
It is.
I think it is.
Okay, well, it might have been.
Melissa T, am I right? Do a research and ask me.
The ALS ice bucket challenge.
That is Lou Gehrig.
It was for a good cause. I say that. It's absolutely.
Well, he's dead, but today, I consider myself the greatest American. That's where that speech came from. It's the greatest spoke speech when he was. What was he? He was a Yankee. He was a baseball player.
Gehrig,
he found out that he had Lou Gehrig's disease, and it was funny because I was training a dog in Ohio, and I was going through getting my. It had to be my third or fourth, and we went into an underpass, and I stopped because it was such an echo. I said, "Today, it's the birthday, it's the rest of my life." I did my Lou Gehrig, and my trainer that was with me, he cracked up. He's like, "You did the great Lou Gehrig today." He's like, "Nice." I was aware.
I'm hearing that it possibly is for Lou Gehrig.
Yeah, it is ALS. That's why it was ALS, but it started out, but then Lou Gehrig got all of it, popularized it, just like Tommy John. Hey, dog, you didn't tell me who's your team. We got the draft on Thursday night. Where are you at? See, all the people who was in this podcast who are sports fans should be pointing out where they at, where their number at in the draft. They should be letting us know where they're at and what their expectations are. I can't do it by myself. I need help. I need Corey. I need A-Dog. I need Brian. I need Mom. Well, I already know. Mom likes to coach. I love you, Mom.
Yep, you are correct. It has been confirmed. It is the Lou Gehrig disease.
Yes. Today is the birthday of the rest of my life. I wish we could have that speech. You should have had that speech handy, that ALS. You should have had that.
I didn't know what it was for.
Yeah.
I just remember doing it and jumping in and saying, "That's what it calls."
Sounds good. Sign me up.
I gave it a try.
Is there any food? Is there any food in the finish line?
Huh?
Was there any food in the finish line? Was there water?
No, it's just you just sit in a chair and you hold a big old bucket of ice water over your head and then dump it on yourself. Ideally, you want somebody else to do it, but it was just me. So I.
What a waste of good ice water! I'd rather have it in a bottle and drink.
Yeah, it was a waste. Yeah, but yeah, man.
Hopefully that'll be the last challenge you to?
Yeah, I'm good,
You're
man.
good. If not, I got some Benadryl at the house. I got 15 of them.
You don't get to get your boy in that light no more.
Thank you.
Know, we're approaching gold and platinum standards. With
I
our
ain't mad.
musical products.
I need you conscious. You can't be Sly the Family Stone showed up at the gig already, already done. They said Sly didn't know who he was back in the day. He was doing Sly the Family Stone.
I didn't know he was Sly.
He know he was Sly. Sly was like, oh, whoa. Then he went and lay down, you know?
Oh, God.
Yeah,
you won't get me in that light again.
Thank God.
To the others, man, I guess, man, all I can really say about these challenges is the pursuit of
watch your kids. Watch your kids. Don't let no knucklehead. Don't let where I come from. We call them towheads because their brain is no bigger than a toe. Don't let a towhead grab a hold. I mean,
the pursuit of clout is not worth your life.
It's not.
The pursuit of fame is not worth your life.
It's only 15 minutes of fame. It's not even a whole.
Line.
That's a matter of fact. It's not even 15 minutes. It's a whole 10 minutes of fame. You're just a blurb. You're just a crawler at the bottom of the screen. Asshole kills his life. Sorry for his life.
Yep.
Sorry for my breaks. I'm sorry.
Oh no. And then A-Dog says, Rome, we have 10 picks in this year's draft.
Oh.
So I'm hoping the Giants takes advantage of a wide receiver and
strong
defensive front. Corey Russell says, Colts got the number 4 pick this year.
Yes, sir.
They're going to mess that up. They're going to find a way to mess that up.
We're under a new regime, my friend Corey. We under a new regime. We got a coach named Boomer. What was his name?
Boomer Esiason?
No, not Boomer. We can't get Boomer Esiason. No, he was an old college coach. Boomer or something. We got Joe Boomer. It was some guy. These names just don't mean nothing. Show me results on the field. And where is Brian? What's going on with our Cowboys? And A-Dog, are you excited?
The Cowboys is going to be ready this year. You know what I'm saying?
A-Dog, are you excited? Are you excited for the draft?
You want to know what's going on with the Cowboys?
No, I don't.
Tune in NFL, you know what I'm saying? No. Tune in to NFL on HBO. Shout out to my man Mike Cover. Shooting the NFL film segment.
He's shooting the NFL?
Yeah, he shot an NFL film segment on HBO. It is available on HBO.
I was wondering where Mike hasn't even checked that. Mike, shame on you.
I don't think I notified him that we went up.
He shouldn't have to. He should be in your alert,
Yeah.
It should be
right.
alert.
You're right.
My sister from North Carolina said I checked it, and she checked it from the last podcast. She said, "Oh man, Omega, you and Jerome are right." She said these athletes, they ain't like they used to be. They're brittle. They're brittle. It's just snap, crack, like highway. And then we didn't get a chance to talk about old boy from whoever LeBron would play. Sat up there and racked them in the nuts. Went up there and just outright blatantly. If you say that they racked LeBron, they hit him in the family jewel. But LeBron
was
said,
that?
"Oh God, it was last week.
In the game?
Yeah, LeBron was going up. Ask A-Dog. A-Dog will tell you.
And they hit LeBron like that?
You thought they were playing pool. They broke the balls. They broke the balls on LeBron.
God.
But LeBron pulled together, pulled it up, and they won. That's why they're up 3-1. That's why they're on the pause of closing out the championship. Watch these games this week. Boys are going home. Starting tonight. Going home. Win and go on and lose. Going home. Am I right, A-Dog? Well, yeah.
A-Dog is saying Corey was saying that Colts number 4 pick, they're going for a quarterback.
You think
A-Dog says, Corey, I'm hearing if anyone picks a quarterback this year, they'll be upset because there aren't any good ones.
I know. No.
A-Dog then says Dylan Brooks. He didn't say a comment after that, but he says Dylan Brooks. So I'm assuming he's either answering to who you asked him who the Giants are going for, or Dylan Brooks must be a good quarterback. Clarify that for me, A-Dog, who Dylan Brooks is.
A-Dog, are you going to be there Thursday night? Are you going to be around the clock, 8 o'clock, to see what's going to shake down for the first round? And are you only interested in the first round, or are you going for all 3 rounds this weekend? Because nothing is going to dominate than the NFL draft for the next 3 days, starting Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah. Because that's what the NFL is. It replaced baseball as our pastime. Baseball used to be our national pastime. Not no more.
Not no more.
Not no more. It's the NFL all the time, every time. Yeah.
Well, we shall see.
We
shall see. We shall see. I guess, man, hopefully, man, everybody's team, gets what they see.
Right.
I believe when it does come to the Colts, they always manage to ruin what opportunities they get. This is on the serious side too, man. Normally, me, you guys know that I'm an avid adversary of
Dude,
the
I've
Colts.
been here before you, and I've noticed all the big players that the Colts get always move on and make big jobs in other. Edwin J, Marshall Falk,
and Dylan Brooks is, by the way, who hit LeBron in the balls. Adrian
he
Williams
racked him. We call it racking, like playing pool. Rack him. He racked him.
Adrian Williams says, if the quote, sorry ass LeBron in the balls. And he said, "Oh, I'm tuned in, Jerome. I am tuned in."
For real? Who?
You asked him earlier if he was tuning in.
Yeah.
I think
Adrian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was you talking about the draft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know A-Dog's gonna be in. I just don't know who his team is though. Who's he
I know Corey gonna watch. Corey gonna tune in too.
Yeah.
Them dudes is avid football. I know they both gonna be tuned in.
See, we're lucky because me and Corey and A-Dog, we love our football, and football will, Lord football will transcend us all. It is Lord football. I know boys that will go to football stadium before they go to church. Lord football will rule. Yes.
Man, I just feel bad for my parents, man. They gonna be sitting back and watching with the highest enthusiasm, hoping and thinking that they Colts have a chance.
And they do. We all have a chance right now because this is why we all have it. It all shake out. It all shake out at the end. I'm with Mom. Guess what? If you put your faith in wood, the horseshoe will come through. Let's give it up for the horseshoe.
Give it up horseshoe. I'm sorry, Ma and Paul, but the reality of it is the Colts. Man,
we are a mid-range team at national. Mom and Pop, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I listen to national radio. They see us as a mid-range team, and they've been seeing us
mid-range.
As a mid-range. We are not in the upper echelon. We're not in the lower echelon, but we're in the middle. We are a mid-range team until we get a spark, a quarterback, unless we suck it up and go for Lamar Jackson, which I don't see us doing because he's been franchise tagged. But we need a quarterback that's durable. We haven't seen it since Luck, and we haven't seen it since Manning before that. So, but as long as we can, get the luck of the draw, But now that Aaron Rodgers is now with Jet, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Catch a jet in the neighborhood,
My mom and my stepfather are saying that this year the Colts are gonna win.
Really?
Yeah, I just feel so bad for them. Man. They just keep getting sold. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Paul.
Mom, we need to go ahead and go to FanDuel. I mean, I
just don't want y'all to have y'all feelings hurt.
We need to. As a matter of fact, I would love to do a makeover on your podcast or this podcast if you can. If we go bet the Colts and say, what's the over? I see the Colts with it. I live in Indianapolis and I look into the team and stuff. I'm not heavily invested yet because the rosters ain't set and stuff. But I see us winning at least 9. I mean, when you bet over and under 9,
Us? Who you talking about?
The Indianapolis Colts. The Colts. I see us winning 9. And all we need is to break even or to go 1 over to at least get us in the playoffs. We don't have an Aaron Rodgers. But
I feel like, man, my parents and my brother, they situation with this whole Colts thing. It's like a kid that a parent just keep lying to about going to Toys R Us, and this one parent just, I'm gonna take you to Toys R Us. We gonna go, and it's like the kid ask every
week. Are we going?
Are we gonna go this Saturday? We going? And it's like the kid and the daddy don't, the mother and father, whoever keeps telling this kid that they don't never get the kid up to Toys R Us, and then eventually Toys R Us closes, and then it's gone. It disappears. Oh, Pops is a Kansas City fan. Man, shout out to my Pops, man. Thank God, man. Please. I'm so glad he's a Kansas City fan. Because I just always thought he was Colts fan. So what happened?
Pops, now you just lost me, Pops. You're a Kansas City fan. Why are you going to bold up?
Whatever you chose, Pops, congratulations, man.
Pops was here on it. Access denied.
That's why I color him father. Well, I color that man father for a reason.
Access denied, Pops.
Absolutely. Kansas City, man.
I dare you, old man. I dare you.
Kansas City. I'm going to now keep an eye on Kansas City because of my pop. Knowing that, my pops is Kansas City, man.
Well, now I'm hanging out with Mom. I'm hanging out with Mom. Me and Mom are Colts, man. The Colts are going to be respectable on it, one way or the other. Me and Mom. That's right. Yeah.
Just can't do it, man.
Wow.
Can't do it.
I miss this. I hate taking a week off. I miss the flow. I miss the energy. I miss the information. I miss the big dummy. I miss I miss it. I love when we're live. We're all the way live.
Well, one thing I can say is one thing I can say is a lot of information was exchanged in that week between, and just sometimes it just doesn't happen that way.
Right.
So
you got to go with the ebb and the flow.
That's what I think we're going to start doing. So we'll, judging by information, we'll let you know if it's going to be.
And then what discouraged me was I sat there and saw. I mean, it took a minute for the sports comments to come in. It's the biggest sports week of the year. I mean, playoff basketball. I mean, playoff hockey. I mean, baseball. I mean, NASCAR. And then we got the draft, and then everybody was like, "Oh, I don't know about no sport." But I want to tell you, God, I tell everybody, we are all born on the 50-yard line of life. Some of us, the privileged ones, they have a 10-point advantage across the line. The rest of us, Black, Hispanic, Asian, we're 10 points behind the line. So it's up to us to cross that scrimmage. We're breaking it down to the game called life. Break that scrimmage and grab positive yards.
I like that.
I
like how you put that.
That's the landscape.
Yeah,
that's the landscape. Because we're not born equal. We're all born equal. No, we're not. We've never been born equal. We've never been born equal. There's only been a chosen few that were, but the ones that have a chance. They're born maybe 10 yards behind the 50-yard line. If you can make up that 10 yards, you're Franklin Douglas. You're Coretta Scott King.
Yeah.
You're Martin Luther. You are Barack Obama. You cross that line where you get to achieve the biggest house in the land.
Yeah.
The biggest house in the land, the White House, although you're Black, but they call it. I said, if I ever run for president and begin to become president, it won't be the White House. It'll be the Black House.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The mother-loving Black
House.
The
mother-loving Black House where Black are allowed to come and hang out and grill and,
Yeah.
Yeah. There'd be burgers. There'd be ribs. There'd be, pig feet. That's my opinion. Hey, but opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. Everybody got one.
A-Dog says, Auntie, you sound like a Cowboys fan. Every year is their year.
Every year is every year to lose there, A-Dog. Don't do it to yourself, dog. Come on, dog. I can't wait for you to come to town. I know you come to town, so now I'm coming to see you.
I think A-Dog is going to be here on the 10th.
Really?
I think so. A-Dog and a few of my other friends, just a footnote, because I hadn't mentioned this yet. And
a podcast with the family and friends?
Actually, no. We have a very big
you got a funeral coming up on that.
Yes, but that's later on. That's later on this month. but he's coming in June. A-Dog is coming. And we have a very awesome video shoot going on. I'll show you a quick clip of it real quick.
Let me see.
Myself in combination with Cold-Blooded Music.
I don't see no easy way about this bitch. Gotta fight through the storm, damn times change quick. They gotta be on my life like I ain't never been shit. There ain't no shortcuts, no way about this bitch. Now I don't see no easy way about this bitch. Gotta fight through the storm, damn times change quick. They gotta be on my life like I ain't never been shit. There ain't no shortcuts, no way about this bitch. Gotta be on my life like I was destined to lose, look. So I came up, they ain't know what to do, look. Money coming in and fuck with they mood, look. I'm just getting started. Ain't no shortcuts, literally grinding every day. Scars up on my flesh, yes, remind me of the pain. Every time I had to struggle, every time I find a way. Couldn't take a single loss or listen to a word they say. Like, I don't see no easy way
what you're
about
looking
this
at right
bitch.
there
Gotta fight through the
is that's what A-Dog is gonna be in town for.
Really?
We're shooting the video to that song right there. That song is called Out This Bitch, and that is
that's one of yours.
Yeah, it's a song with me and a good friend of mine, Balboa. We're gonna be shooting this video at a paintball park and some other locations.
Is Mr. Mike Culver? Is he the production?
Yes. Yeah. Shot by Mr. Mike Culver.
Culver.
That's what A-Dog and Brian, he's gonna be here in town.
B-Dog's
on
coming
the 10th.
down?
Yep, it's all June 10th, June 10th, June 9th, and we're gonna be shooting that video. We're gonna be bringing you with us. So let me tell you right now. So
I ain't got no Cowboys gear. I can't roll with y'all.
Cowboys gear?
Yeah, B-Dog loves the Cowboy gear.
We'll find you a hat or something.
I don't want no hat.
Find you a scarf or something.
A scarf. How about a lighter? I need a cowboy lighter. That's all I need.
I can find. I can make.
I spark the play
that
with a
up.
cowboy lighter. My man sparking the cowboy lighter.
Yeah. So that's going on this June. We're shooting a video called Out This Bitch. And that's me and my man Balboa. Just throwing it out there. That was something I was kind of unplanned to show you guys, but we got folks coming in June, and A-Dog is one of those people.
A-Dog
Brian is one of those people, and we're gonna be bringing my man Mr. Murphy to the video shoot, so we can make sure I'm putting my man in a lot of videos this season coming
Hey, your
up.
man's got a black Labrador. Can I bring the velvet
Yes,
black?
we can bring.
He's the mascot. He can be the logo. They call him Mr. Parker out this way.
AKA Mr. Parker.
AKA Parker. He's got many aliases: the overweight lover, the dark chocolate lover.
Overweight lover.
Well, no, he can't use that one. That was taken. That was taken. That's trademark. We ain't gonna get signed. We ain't gonna get arrested up. Let's go. The big black lover. There you go.
Yeah, the big black lovers in the house.
The big black lover. Anyhow, he got 4 legs and a tail and a half.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah,
put a dog lover in you. Put a dog
lover in y'all. So yeah, man, but that's coming in June, and we got a great couple of videos that I'm looking forward to shooting. It's been a while since I've released some music, but stay tuned this year. We're releasing a lot of great music. And we're excited about it.
It's called content. He's releasing
content.
In America.
I'm releasing content to you every day.
In America.
But the music, I look forward to releasing to you daily this year. Coming very soon. So get ready. And thanks for your support.
And I'm gonna tell you, I've seen some of the content. I've been to the catalog. Oh my God, he touches on everything: life, balance, drugs, relationships, women. It all comes around in the Make It Spit. So you will be educated. You will not be fooled. You will love it.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. All right. Well, check it out. Y'all stick around for a second. We'll be right back with the conclusion of the show. I thank you guys for listening, for hanging out with us today. And we'll be back.
And love the sports. Love the sports. Like I said, if I can say it again. We love our sports. It goes back to the Roman times when they were throwing the Christians to the lions. It's just a sport. You know, we love the blood sport. We want to see people get hurt. We want, it's the game of the game called life.
Absolutely.
It's perseverance. It's perseverance. It was overcoming. It's a boy from North Carolina. He said he was born in Wilmington, but he was born, in Rose Hills. He came up and rose above and dominated the NBA. His name is Mr. Michael Jordan. Mr. number 23. My father knew him. He told me, he said, son, that boy came from Rose Hills. He did not come from Wilmington. That's what they told you, but that's a Rose Hills boy. That's
Was
a
a New
Carolina.
York boy.
Yeah.
New York boy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be right back, y'all, after this.
Cast of Amontillado, they buried me, left me for dead inside the walls that's hollow. Now follow, they didn't take into account my year, make, and model. My God like design of an apostle. I rise like a phoenix, and I got you. Rob is the phenomenal, impossible, insolvable, unstoppable, prodigal, calling audible, still improbable. I got these suckers mad, flaring at the nostrils, non-volatile, but you can order from me. I serve you how you want your order to be, motherfucker. Fully optional, I'm conjugal with the beat, the greatest that you never heard or seen. Cocksucker, sharp to the T, sharper than razor blades be, with a chick on my side, sharper than Sonya Blade and Chun-Li. I hit the lotto, so what's my motto? I get the 7 digits from your mother for $1 tomorrow. Sight, this ain't no 8 Mile shit, but you can get split like coconuts in Hindu rituals, flagrantly habitual. These niggas is criminal. I get cynical when discussing them, cause they skills is loving the feeling when I'm on stage, engaged to rock the mic. I ain't new to this shit took time, not overnight. Hella times at night I got no sleep, but still I write. My pen gotta be line for line through my plight. Cold as ice, unmeasurable might like a mic. Mama said you fall, come back twice as hard, alright? Yeah, she always laid out the facts for me. Now what I want you to do is clap for me. Clap for me. Hitting you hard like big, ready to die shit. Everyday struggle, but still I win, sky's the limit. I'm back like Pac after the 5 shots. What didn't kill me made me weaker, nigga? I think not. Man, I laugh at you motherfuckers. Open season, this is class in this motherfucker. Break out your pen and pad in this motherfucker. I'm the professor, here's the math in this motherfucker. Night or day, I practice to keep the blicky with me. Cause niggas iffy, low down dirty, grimy, and shifty. My onyx logic embedded in code in my mind's M1 chip, compatible memory. Are you hearing me? Naturally, I'm programmed to defeat foes, love women and curse hoes, and roll with the punches life throws. It's ice cold on the boulevard, but my wits and my gifts from God make me loving the feeling when I'm on stage, engaged to rock the mic. I ain't new to this shit took time, not overnight. Hella times at night I got no sleep, but still I write. My pen gotta be line for line through my plight. Cold as ice, unmeasurable might like a mic. Mama said you fall, come back twice as hard, alright? Yeah, she always laid out the facts for me. Now what I want you to do is clap for me. Clap for me. I flow greater than your navigator. I rhyme harder than your Dodge Charger. Candy paint 26s and all. Harder than Steven Seagal and above the law. Harder than Jordan with the flu game in Utah. Harder than Snoop Dogg murder was the case. Harder than DJ Screw tapes from the Texas state. Harder than Red in Memphis going to How High with the wake and bake. Harder than Suge Knight slapping Vanilla Ice in the face. Hitting you hard like big, ready to die shit. Everyday struggle, but still I win. Sky's the limit. I'm back like Pac after the 5 shots. What didn't kill me made me weaker, nigga? I think not.
Yo, what up? We back, y'all. We back.
In America.
Only in America where you need licenses to use your own music. That's what we were talking about.
YouTube webcast, right?
That's what we was talking about. So Final thoughts. First of all, final thoughts. I want to say, dear white people, as before a final thought and in combination with a final thought.
They're called Caucasian where we come from.
Okay, they're called Caucasians. They're Caucasian people.
Yeah.
Watch your mouth, man. Watch yourself. Be mindful. Be respectful.
Keep your spit in your mouth.
Keep
your saliva where it belongs.
Be a leader of your community and your family when it comes to Black issues. Don't be someone who's an example of how not to be, or somebody being made an example.
Don't be insensitive, be sensitive.
Or somebody being made an example by getting stomped out like the Karen we saw earlier. So, dear white people, you got to watch yourself. Last show we had a white lady. Her name was Barbie, and she was a nice white lady. But she thought it was okay to say for shizzle my nizzle, and while she was live, on set as a news anchor at her job that she had been at for years, and look how that worked out for her. She's no longer on air. She'll never get another job like that again. People work their whole lives to have a career like that as a news anchor.
Was that copyrighted? Was that
they're saying?
Yeah.
That I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was the fact that her reference was it was so inappropriate. It was derogatory because Nizzle is Snoop Dogg's slang moniker for nigga. So she when she said for shizzle my nizzle, she basically has said nigga.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, my nigga.
Yeah.
And it was a witty play. The guy next to her anchor was like something, and she played off of him, and it was just, it was. You can't use that. You can't say that. Dear white people, you can't spit on anybody. You can't spit on anybody and think there's no consequence to pay.
No.
You crazy.
That's where you draw the line. It's one thing that you think you have this authoritarian right and you don't, but when it comes to urine, bodily functions, and spit, I think your own white people don't even like that.
No, you will get
your
whole
as a human race. You just don't.
No, it's one of the most disrespectful things you could do to someone, and you will get your whole head knocked off your shoulders.
Knocked off.
You will be walking around headless.
Footprints on your back.
No head and shoulders, just shoulders.
Shoulders, bro.
Don't do that to yourself. I don't want anybody to undergo any harm or life-threatening circumstances. And yeah, it was gratifying seeing that woman
it wasn't
get served what she got served with.
Dish what she gave. She gave as good as she got, and it wasn't that good.
Yeah. And an immediate followed by an immediate I'm sorry and please, and don't do that to yourself.
See, that's what turned you into a victim. Oh, well, please. I acted out and I was ignorant, but don't beat me to a pulp. No, you got to learn. And this is going to be a generational lesson to teach your kids. And look, don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it to yourself, man.
Keep it to your mouth.
Be smarter. Find a way to help yourself with that nasty bug of hatred that you're dealing with, because man, it takes a lot to spit on somebody.
Oh my God.
In my personal opinion, the last time that I can really say when I seen somebody just spitting freely like that, it makes me think about Tupac when Tupac had just left court. I can't think of what case it was because I know a lot of the cases.
Was it in New York?
I believe it was in New York. I think it might have been dealing with one of the police encounters, because he's got a couple of cases that dealt with police encounters, and it's the one where he leaves the courtroom and he's got the red hockey jersey on, and he's just spitting at all the cameras, and he was spitting, and the cameras was white. He was spitting at all the cameras, and that wasn't appropriate then, but I understood his frustration. I understood that
he wasn't going to get a break. He wasn't going to get it.
Yeah, he wasn't getting no breaks, and he didn't know how to respond to just that onslaught of attention he was getting.
This is Rudy Gobert when he was talking about when he was breathing on the mics and people were catching AIDS, and just like the whole Rudy Gobert thing.
Oh wow,
a couple of years ago. Yeah.
And Pac didn't know. People forget when we was watching Tupac during that time. Tupac was a 22, 24-year-old man.
Do we know if he even graduated high school? Did he graduate high school? He probably didn't make it there.
I believe he actually graduates from Juilliard.
That's college. That's not high school.
So then he might have graduated high school. But then again, I'm not sure because if it was, I don't think it was
honorary title. It might have been an honorary title.
I don't think it was for academics because him and his mom moved around so much because they were like persecuted by the FBI.
But they started in Brooklyn. I know that. I know.
Yeah, they started out there on the East Coast. And then they moved from there to like
LA.
I want to say
Sacramento.
I want to say Baltimore.
Baltimore, really?
And then from Baltimore to LA. Yeah. So, but yeah, Tupac didn't know how to take that attention to all that attention to his negative behavior.
Oh my God! And New York media,
New
York media is the worst. New York media will make or break you. I lived there. I know they've been guys that have been great for where they came from. They go to New York and they bomb sports figures. The New York media is crucial. I've seen people, and then when they leave New York, just like when they leave here, they leave the Indianapolis coast. They get to be Chris Chandlers. They get to be Marshall Falk. They get to be Naheem Raheem, who's playing for the Buffalo Bills, who's killing it. Sometimes you gotta leave where you were drafted from to where you wind up at.
Yeah. I just seen in the comments, my mom brought up this kid in the 5th grade that I encountered. He was a big bully, and he was a very big white kid, and chose
his name Edgar.
I can't think of his name.
I had one like that.
But he chose to spit in my face in the
Ooh.
lunch line at the cafeteria, and I had just turned.
I had one like that. I bit his ass. Junior high school.
Yeah.
They said, well, you can't go around. But he's a big fat white kid. I had to bite his ass. Yeah.
Well, I turned around and I cold cocked this guy. I cold cocked him, and I remember hitting him and just blood instantaneously just rushing from his nose.
And guess what? He left you alone today, didn't he?
I didn't have no more problems from him. No, I didn't. It's nothing I'm necessarily proud of, but it's just the ideal of being spit on, even then in the 80s, in the late 80s, being a kid in the 4th and 3rd grade. I felt so bad being spit on, and then in front of all those people in line. It was a very terrible experience, and naturally, I didn't absorb it. Like, it happened and I responded. And because of, my father, God rest his soul, Bob Chambers, and working with him in boxing and doing that, I could
channel the anger.
Yeah, it was just an immediate and then so it was, just an overhand right, boom. So, but that ain't the way to solve things, and I don't want to give the message that is the appropriate. But to the spitters,
what you need is a pistol. What you really
to the spitters, don't expect that not to happen, man. Don't expect your whole face to get caved in, or for you to lose some teeth or something, for you to get you a couple of shiners, because when you're spitting on someone, you're asking for a lot, man.
When you're spitting on someone, you're really spitting on yourself because you're degrading yourself. You couldn't. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
I'd rather somebody come out and deal with me with a full hand Mortal Kombat fight than spitting on me and demeaning me in front of you know what? Growing up, you created the worst crime is when we came out of school and you stepped on my sneakers. When you did stepsies on my shoes, it was on there. And that was before it was as big as shoes all they are right now without a scuff, because it depreciates the value of the shoes. Yeah. And I was wearing Poindexters. Those of us who grew up knew Poindexters, they called them roach killers. They had the pointy tip. You was able to, if a roach ran into the corner, you could check that boy out.
Killers.
Roach killers.
Oh my God.
We had Converse, we had our Pro-Cats, we had our Chuck Taylors. But then, you went to the dollar store, you had your jelly shoes for the girls, and you had your roach killers for the boys. And when you rode roach killers, and Mom probably bought you a pair, not knowing, I don't know. I don't know if your dimension was as big as mine. I was a kid. I was a Converse. I was a Chuck Taylor. Going back to our shoes, which is our culture, which is the rap culture. You know, we had, they called it Poindexter because they were pointed at the toe. So you was able to get into the corner, stop that roast, and ran up in there.
God.
Yes. It was that bad in New York City, bro.
Oh my God, dude.
A little piece of
That's
history.
so terrible.
Bro. A little piece of history.
Roach killers.
Roach killers. You hit the old school G's. The old school G's to tell you about the roach killers. They chased it, and then you could not have. You got a new pair of kids or a new pair of Converse, high tops with the low thing. You know, they would chase you. It was their right to step on your shit and scuff your shit up as best as you did to keep yourself clean. You know.
Oh my God.
That's how bad kids were.
So yeah, man. Dear white folks, don't do that. You know, don't make yourself look bad.
Don't do it.
Don't make your family look bad, because I guarantee you, this lady looks bad, not just for herself, but I'm sure, like, in her community of people, her family and friends. Now she's known to be this racist lady.
Yeah.
I've seen
now
some white
known
folks
to be this woman that got her ass kicked.
Yep, and to get whooped. And I've seen some white folks get fired, like your jobs today. If you, and to the youngsters that don't understand how jobs work, jobs today refer to your social media as a part of the hiring ethic. They want to see how you perform online, so that they make sure that they don't hire the wrong individual.
That's
so
they should not rely to you being online, because that's your
it shouldn't. But
that's
this is where most people though are conjugating and conducting themselves, so they get to see the real you. They get to see the real you. Yeah. So you know, no, they shouldn't. Just like I feel like jobs shouldn't utilize credit scores, you know, for hiring purposes. But this is where we at today.
But then again, you got the cops. I mean, the cops wouldn't be messing with you if you didn't put your shit out there. You know, you heard about. I mean, I don't know if you heard the shootings that were going on. This guy busting on TikTok and busting on Facebook. I mean, when you go live, when you try to perpetrate a crime, I couldn't understand it. Why would you go live? You're perpetrating a crime. You're running for the cops. You know, for just to go viral, just to go viral.
My gosh.
You know. You never touched on, before we go, the one last piece, you never touched on Elon Musk, you know, taking the blue checks away from everybody. That was
he did?
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm glad he done that, because he should have never made it accessible like he done.
If you want a blue check, it's going to cost you $8. You know, unless if you're a star of magnitude, he'll give you a free blue check. You know, but
so he didn't take them away.
No, he delegated. If you
he charges for him.
Charge $8.
But what I did hear about that blue check situation, and I'm sorry guys, because I know we're getting ready to get out of here, but what I did hear was that in their blue check campaign, there was only like double digits purchased.
Wow.
In that campaign, so that revenue source. It
dried up.
It's not that it dried up, but that revenue idea source was not hitting with people. Wow. And I would have to say that's because people want the authenticity of receiving that blue check mark. Yes. I'm not going to pay for my blue check marks. I'm going to earn them, and I'm on the pace to earn them. In a minute, you'll see this year how I'm blue checked across probably at least two of your biggest platforms, Instagram for one, and I'm gonna go ahead and call it Twitter coming up afterwards. But Instagram for me is gonna probably come first. I'll predict it now, and that's gonna be where I get my first blue check.
Without paying for it.
Absolutely
Howard Stern, he was so happy. He was
absolutely not.
He was like, I got a blue check. Everybody else, all these lesser people, Brian Phillippe does not have a blue check.
Absolutely not. No, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
No,
unless he was to pay for it.
We working too hard right now.
Yeah, there you go.
You know?
We create content. We're moving the check in the world.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank you for giving me my platform, sir.
Absolutely. Oh man, shoot, you brother like you. Yeah, they ain't got no choice but to see you.
Yeah, I break this down. I'm disappointed on the sports, but guess what? After the draft, the next go around next week, AD, Corey, Brian, everybody gonna have something to talk about because everybody gonna be drafting new pieces, new assets, new trade and shifting and stuff. And now, like I said before, Aaron Rodgers is a Jet. Watch out for them green. Watch out for Team Green. Man.
So I'm really cool that Adrian brought up. Cuz just told me, and I didn't even know the number like that, but Adrian says, congratulations on 24,448,748 views collectively across all your videos.
Most of them is my family. I'm sorry.
He says, dang, man, keep it up. Thank you, A-Dog. I didn't even check that number. That's so awesome. Congratulations to Crossfaded Classic Records.
We got a fact total. We got somebody checking the numbers. We got a fact total.
Absolutely.
Just like in the School of Rock, the little girl, she was a fact total. AJ is our fact total. Go AJ.
Yep. Melissa T says, congratulations. Thank you, honey. And Adrian Williams, I just seen that under your profile in the About section. Thank you, brother.
Wow.
Now he took them away and made an exception for a few. What is that reference to? Now he took them away and made an exception for a few. Wow. Clarify that, because I know I got your comment late, brother. Mom says, congratulations, Omega. We're proud of you. The blue check. So Adrian's referring to the blue check. Now, no, he took them away and made an exception for a few.
Yes, he
did,
did.
man.
Yes,
he should have, man.
Yeah. If you want to be verified,
thank you,
kick
Melissa.
your $8 out, bro. Kick your $8
yeah, I'm
out.
cool. We're not paying for that.
Yeah.
We gonna get that, and how you get your blue check. If you don't know creators and artists, it takes a combination of your social media numbers, which is your interest, and then it takes for you to have some kind of press that is most of the time needed to be historical press. So they want to see press like magazines and blog articles from a couple, months to years back, which I have.
Or if you go live and you spike live on your site,
Well, that takes repetition. So you're not gonna go live the first time and get a lot of, even if you get 1 million views on that first live and something happened, you blue checks pop out. You have to be you have to repeat that, but that definitely will get you that blue check faster for sure. But that's what it's a combination of press and a combination of online presence and consistency. So, and we definitely are going to have at least 1 to 2 blue checks this season for sure.
There you go.
There
you go. But
thank you, A-Dog, for that.
I was listening to it. And everybody panicking. Everybody, oh my God, I lost my blue check status. My world is over.
You never had a blue check in the first place.
Hey, you can have it again. $8 a month.
Go ahead and pay
8 times 12. You got a calculator handy.
Pay your membership. 8 times 12.
8 times 12.
I don't have a calculator at the ready.
I know who we can call.
But it sounds like it's about.
Hey, Melissa, you got the figures. How much is 8 times 12?
Sounds like it's about 20.
No.
260. Is that $260? 8 times 12. So it sounds
11 is 88. 8 times 12 has got to be. This is what happened with education in America.
Sounds like it might be 260
I can do 8 times 10 is 80. I can do 8 times 12 is.
Oh, it's $96.
Really?
So 8 times 12 is $96.
Guess what? I'd rather eat. I'd rather have
for you to get a blue check.
I'd rather have food, groceries, lights, gas, water. That blue check don't mean nothing to me.
No.
I mean, why am I gonna pay $96 a year for a billionaire to get more richer? That's not me.
Nah, man.
Now, this is America. We are, and I know Missy T is right. She knows. Yeah, he said, it costs more than gas your car, insurance, and bullcrap to get some billionaire $8 a month, $96 a year.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather buy me a streaming service. I'd rather watch,
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well,
all right.
Final thoughts.
Final.
I want to say on the final thoughts, the price of fame has gotten too expensive because fame is so accessible, and from artists like A Boogie with the Hoodie, of which coming out of High Bridge, New York,
New York City,
where he could take an album and create it and go platinum in his bedroom. A Boogie in the Hoodie has an interview where he says when he finally went platinum, when a song hit, he still had cars and taxi cabs and the noise from the city streets outside his bedroom window.
Blatant insulation.
He had to put stuff up at the window when he was recording to stop the sound outside. This is when he went platinum. He was still looking at traffic on New York streets outside his window, trying to keep the sound from coming in the house.
He's one of the Brooklyn boys, ain't he?
High Bridge, New York.
High Bridge, yeah.
Yep. So A Boogie in a Hoodie, great example of that.
I love that dude.
And I'll say, the price of fame is not worth your life. The price of fame is not worth your dignity. The price of fame is not worth you losing your job, losing your friends in some form or fashion.
Getting spit on. It's not worth getting spit on.
It's not worth getting spit on. It's not worth, in some form or fashion, you losing some dignity or some pride.
They told us that back in the day. You had to be humiliated in order to come back from it. Look at the old guys. That wasn't bred in the culture,
Yeah, man.
You had to go to the back. You couldn't drink from the same fountain. But
man, we come through so much as Black people, and then just as a people as a whole, and I mean that including white people. You guys come into the culture from a brutalized lifestyle with underneath the reign of kings and queens in Europe. The whole premise of colonialism, it was to seek freedom in another land, because you guys were underneath the reign of kings, and they could have their way with you. Kings would walk the courts. Me and my lady were watching a movie about, it was a true story about Henry VIII and how he was trying to find the right lady to have his son, and he was unsuccessful during this period. I don't know if he ever has a son, but during this period when he was really trying hard, he wasn't able to produce a son, and he would walk the courts and take men's wives as he pleased, and move them into his quarters, and he sleep with them in hopes to procreate a son to be a future of the lineage. And then when it didn't work, he'd walk the courts again and go find another woman and impregnate her.
Just like walking down Slave Road.
Yeah, they can have your way with you. Some of the women that was married, he would choose, and he'd take them and their husband into the courts, and then send the husband away to go work in some other areas outside of the courts. He was sending husbands to France to work with the king of France.
He would take
women and daughters alike, trying to get them pregnant. So you guys come from adverse and terrible circumstances as well. White folks.
The boy was suffering from syphilis. Louis, he had syphilis.
And that's what ends up driving him crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Because if you don't know, the story of King. Yep. He ends up going crazy. So it's not. We all come from a lot, man, of trauma historically. Our ancestors and our people. We all come from dark places in history. This thing that we have engineered here with the internet, in combination with our response to it, and then creating the ethic of fame, it's not worth your life. Remember that. And make sure that you understand that. Teach that to your children. There's kids out here ready to die to be famous.
Right.
They're doing everything they can to get a like or a share or a subscription or follow.
For 15 minutes of fame. That's the worst part.
And sometimes it doesn't even add up to 15 minutes.
Right. It's 5 to 7 minutes. That's the part that kills me.
This kid popped 12 to 14 Benadryls. He didn't live in 15 minutes after that in his form before he took the Benadryl. He lived as a shell of himself, as a shell of a boy.
Yeah. Then we got boys like we say jumping on subways, railroad trains, risk of train surfing.
Well, train surfing.
You know what? When I was growing up, I was trying to get close to a girl, trying to see if I could share the same music with her, if I like the same. I mean, that was worse than jumping on a train because once you got shot down, your ego was hurt.
It's so disappointing because my ideal of fame growing up, fame was something that was magical, and it was held with the artists that were legendary and they were great, and they had a little bit of mystery to their brand.
Yes, they did.
Like Michael Jackson, he had mystery. Prince, he maintained a lot of his mystery until he passed. We don't know a lot of Prince's lifestyle and a lot of his ways off of the stage. He done really well with that. And that mysterious ethic is sold a lot of records. Today, you can get online and see your best artist, your favorite artist shitting on the toilet.
Changing tampons like Cardi B.
That's gross.
It's gross. You know, it makes no sense. We never had access like this before. These guys were an enigma, wrapped in a mystery. We didn't know. And then when we got to meet them, we found out these ain't great people. They actually are.
In a lot of cases, yes.
Yes.
I've had that happen to me. I met an artist who I was listening to as a teenager. And when I met him in person, I was like, he's great. But then he turned out to be a shitbag.
A piece of shit.
I'm not gonna say his name, but that's just the truth.
But that's how they all are.
He turned out to be somebody that preyed on me, and he preyed on other folks for a few dollars because he doesn't touch charts anymore.
Right.
He does his records.
His time has came and passed.
Yeah, his records don't produce revenue anymore.
Probably got caught up in the bad contract deal.
Yes, he did.
The company stuck.
Yes, he did, and signed away all his best work. His best work is owned by other entities.
Wow.
So
this is what I love about you. You're trying to teach these guys, these young boys, listen to me.
And that's a personal experience, y'all.
Really?
With a platinum recording artist.
God, once we hang up, you gotta let me know who this is.
I will.
I bet you I know who it is. Number two months.
Nope.
No.
I'll give you a hint.
Male or female?
He's a male. And you owned a couch that he
Why me?
Yes, sir.
Why me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, can I reach out without knocking at that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So and hey, it is what it is.
I had a piece of the nostalgia, but I found out that the nostalgia was
soured.
It had to go. It was a sour nostalgia.
Wasn't what it was. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. That's a nice one. All right, let's wrap this up.
All right. Final thoughts, though, man. That's what it is. Like, live for life. Live.
Oh my God, you stole a Marvin Gaye to live for life, but let's
really
live, everybody. Yes, sir. Live life for the children.
What song?
Album, Live Life. What's going on?
But it's on that album, though.
The album that goes back 50 years.
And he's got a Marvin Gaye bust on the statue on it. Yeah.
Live for life.
It's one of Marvin Gaye's greatest albums.
Yeah. It was the album. It was your mom. It will equate this album to the turning of the century. What's going on? What's happening? He came back from Vietnam. The Trouble Man. Yeah, the Trouble Man.
What's going on?
No, wait a minute. You gotta do it with the horn. Yeah.
Yes, my mother done me right, man.
What's happening, brother?
Yeah. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to my pops.
Brother?
I was lucky to have two dads. One of them's gone, but I got one left, and he's
Father Darrow. Love you, Father D. Love you.
He's just as great. If not greater.
Yeah.
So shout out to Mr. Daryl Thomas, a man I color father. Yep. Yes, Adrian. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, man. Your heroes when you meet them are not the heroes, that you know that
That's
you
why
see.
it's better to worship them from afar.
It is.
Them from afar.
From afar, man.
Yeah.
All of this stuff that you see online is designed for ulterior motive, to take your money, designed to entertain you, designed to
to get you to do something else that creates revenue. So a lot of these people that are involved in this business are not authentic. I myself and this man over here are authentic. We don't tell lies on camera. We don't hold back. We tell you what it is. I made the decision to be like this.
I try to shine the
recently.
light. I try to shine a light and let you know what you're dealing with.
Yes. And I made the decision to be like this because you weren't supposed to have Omega talking and on screen and on camera. But I made a decision to do this, a year ago. And I said, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it as myself.
Yes.
Period.
Pure content.
Period. Yeah.
Pure content.
That's the fact of it.
Unadulterated.
Be yourself in all circumstances.
Yes.
And be true. And Shakespeare says it best. Be true as the night follows the day.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah. That's Shakespeare. All right. So, parents, watch your children. Make sure that they don't make the mistake of imitating or doing something that gets them killed in the bedroom while you downstairs cooking dinner.
Yeah.
Because it's overall not worth it.
Parents, watch your children with the internet. The internet, the social media is the destruction of us all.
It's the destruction of us all. And fame is nothing but a drug. And it can be one of the worst drugs.
It's a fleeting thing. It's only here.
Very fleeting. Fleets faster than cocaine. But it could be one of the worst drugs that you ever find yourself consuming.
And guess what? You see Mega Millionaire, you see Michael Jackson, you see Prince, you see guys who icons who cover the world. But guess what? It got them at the end. It got them at the end.
It did.
Professor with Michael Jackson, Obituaries with Prince, a lot of other ones, alcohol, cocaine, temptation,
Yeah.
He had sunshine on it, but he didn't know that most of it was laced with cocaine.
Terrible.
It's a damn shame.
Yeah. So keep that in mind. And we gone after this. Watch your children. Make sure they understand the rights and wrongs. Make sure that they don't put fame over themselves.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you, A-Dog. Thank you, Mom, Pops. Thank you, Melissa Thomas. Thanks to everybody that tuned in. Thank you, Corey Rosdell, my brother from the same mother.
Hey, dog, we got the draft. All you football fans in the house. The next podcast is what? Tuesday next week?
If it's not this Tuesday, it's the next Tuesday. So I'll let you know.
So we need to all you sports fans need to get your grip together and let me know what you bring to the table for the NFC, the football change. When we change it up now, the landscape has changed. Aaron Rodgers is a New York Jet. Yes. Thank you.
All right. The Colts are sad. I'm out. Peace.
Cross-faded.
Nigga, you ain't right, bro.
I'm sorry.
Cross-faded. 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 Mad they never made it. Mad so now they hating. They bad for how they played it. I'm just trying to make it. Trying to hold my placement. Thanking God for the graces. Watching for changing faces. Cross-faded. This is a special occasion. Subjects hotter than Cajun. Anule Mason. Cross-faded. I'm just a shout out to Dorian. My reign is just begun. I be cross-faded. 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 Cross-faded.
And notice
cross-faded. 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 Cross-faded.
Well, you ready? Let's start the show. One last time, shout out to the great, legendary Bob Chambers. You will be missed.
Bob.
You will always be the champ, and I thank you for everything. This episode was dedicated to Bob Chambers out of Indianapolis, Indiana, one of the greatest boxing coaches of all time.
Mr. Champ of all time.
Thank you, sir.
All right, he got crowds. He knows Muhammad Ali. He got crowds.
I keep you close. This is the last thing he gave me. This watch right here.
Really?
On sometime around the 28th of March, he gave this to me and he handed it to me. And no, it's not a real gold watch, but it doesn't have to be.
No.
So I thank you. And on that note, I'm out. Peace.